countdown. Let me get a countdown.
Nobody gonna be on that bill.
Countdown, OG.
Big fine.
How we on sound?
You argue by yourself.
Cause he gonna get beat up at this wedding. Whoever he play. Don't bring no nigga you on butt with to my wedding because he getting beat up at the wedding.
Nobody on.
Now he getting beat up. He getting jumped.
Well, all my niggas and my cousins. Niggas done got beat up for less.
Yeah, yo, what up, man? In the Cut Live, man. We back for another week. I'm your boy DJ Ball. We got a full cast in here. What up, Rob? Nice to see you, Brody. Joe, you here?
You already know where I'm at.
Good,
Big
man.
dog status.
Duval K on it.
Duval County pussy.
What's up, Vern?
Hello. What's up?
Nigga, a nerd, bruh. Bella, what's good with it?
What's good? What's good?
He skipped you with the bell.
The nigga ain't even got the mic in his face.
But what's your, hey, we got a special guest in a bit. What's your name, man? Where you from? Talk to him.
What's going on, man? My name is Mel. I'm from San Francisco, California. Down here in San Diego. Everybody in the 415. Yee! Suck it to me. Shit.
All y'all talk like pimps.
That nigga sound like
Look, the shit be when motherfuckers like my dad is like real old school Frisco type shit. And my dad, when he be going off, he be like, "When I'm telling you, son, motherfuckers be having you," and like it be this.
He be doing that.
Nigga, then he be hitting me with the chicken foot. Goddamn.
nigga think he's sugar free.
Take your air back. The
You know
sugar
what I'm
free.
saying?
Hey, well, what got you down here to San Diego?
The military.
Oh man, that's where we migrate
Everybody.
from. We migrate from there.
Not me. Don't put
What
me
was you
down.
in? What was you doing?
So I was in the Navy. I was working on the flight deck and the hangar deck.
Same.
Terrible.
Same. I was in the office. Don't worry about that.
After that, 4 years working on the ambulance around San Diego.
Okay.
With AMR.
Okay.
And now I'm doing what I was meant to do, collecting government money as a contractor.
I was just gonna ask you what you do now, man.
Yeah, look, living the dream. Like, trying to be like Joey when I grow up. Look, I'm trying to be like Joey. I like doing open mics too, bitch.
No,
Don't be
yeah.
like you niggas. I can imagine this big ass nigga being a paramedic though.
And no, look, that shit was interesting. I got bit once.
Damn.
By what?
Person, nigga.
He said by what?
animal
He didn't say he was a veterinarian, motherfucker. Nah.
Yeah, bit by a
No,
person.
because the niggas was like, wait a minute, a human person bit you.
Yes.
Like a people person. Yeah.
like a human man.
Oh,
He was
yeah, I
on
would've
bath
beat his
salts.
ass.
What was
That
happening?
It was your last day.
He was on bath salts. What was he doing? What was happening?
She was on
Niggas say bad
some
stuff.
kind of fucking opiate whole time. Like I was like new to working the 911 system type shit, and we was trying to like secure her to like this board, right?
Stretcher?
More or less. Not the stretcher, but like a backboard and
Yeah.
stretcher to make it easier, transition when we get to the hospital.
Right.
More or less. Not the stretcher, but like a backboard. So
Yeah.
stretcher. I'm new. I'm green as fuck. I reach over her face to try to like help the firefighter at this like arm to get her restrained like this, and like reached up and tried to take a chunk out of my shit. Luckily, I had like a quarter zip
damn.
on. I'm talking about rip these stitches out this motherfucker.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And like went to try to bite the medic I was working with at the time, and she on some G shit like mushed her down and put like her knee in the side of her head like at the like no, you are not.
She was a former police officer.
They called him mink. And he was like,
Sometimes you do. Most people don't try.
yeah, you a big ass
Big
nigga.
ass nigga. I wouldn't do it.
And like my thing is like, please do. Like give me a reason. Give me a reason to get rid of in this motherfucker.
Right.
I'm tired of getting rid of for being late.
Some crazy reason.
you tell
When you
him to
said
go
it was a
get the
woman that did it, I was like,
supervisor.
it probably wasn't as bad. I don't know why crazy dude. It was a crazy dude outside today. He just was aggressive, just screaming at everybody
just
outside. And my captain, yeah, he was just hollering for no
I was
reason.
like, yo,
and in my mind, I'll be like, I bet you they
find you a
really be like
line.
biting through motherfuckers. Dog. So I'm glad you're good. Glad you still got everything, man. Glad you're here with us, man. Yeah. Hey, so look, let's have a toast. Open up the day. Glasses up. Let's do it. Let's have a good show, man. Hey, never above you, never below you. Always by your side. In the Cut Live, baby. Let's get started. Bella, you gonna start us off today?
Let's do it.
We got a right or wrong from Bella. Bella with the right or wrong. What's happening?
Yeah.
We got a topic. Hey, can you put that up for me back?
Which one?
The scenario.
I don't know.
It's up there.
It's up there.
We both is up there. I did all that work. It's up there.
Just I did all that work. It's up there. You remember the scenario?
So we can let the people see. I'm gonna read it to the viewers.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So somebody a woman. She posed this question, or she posed this scenario of something that happened. So she said, I'm taking my boyfriend and our kids on a family vacation. He feels like I'm wrong for not including his kid. I told him he or his baby mother can pay for their kid if they want to go, if they want him to go. I feel like that's not my kid, so that's not my responsibility. Am I wrong? So, obviously in the comments, people was going back and forth. Yeah, she wrong. That's trifling. No, she not wrong. That's not her kid. And honestly, I feel like it's kind of like a spin on the McDonald's thing.
I was thinking it.
Because they was going in on that man. He trifling, but a lot of people were saying she's not wrong. Like, that she don't need to include him because that's not his kid. So I really wanted to poll y'all because honestly, for his situation, I don't feel like he was wrong. And for this situation, I don't feel like she was wrong. Now, could you include the child? Absolutely. If that was me, I would include the child. This is my man's child. We're on a family vacation. He is a part of our family. So I'm taking the child. But let me throw the ball to one of y'all. Who want to go first?
Did you say ball for a reason? I'll take it. Listen, check this out, man. I'm on the opposite side of how you feel. I don't know if it's the right or wrong. We got to pick one, by the way. Don't be on the fence on this one. I'm gonna say she wrong, and I don't know why I feel like it's different. Because honestly, with the right or wrong on the McDonald dudes, I thought he was right.
Of course you did.
No, it ain't the man thing. Hold on, can I keep it a bean though? Because that was his child. He said she's wrong though. Hold on, but
he said she's wrong in this situation.
I think she's wrong in this. Okay, can I say the difference though?
Elaborate.
Because that was his child. He was taking care of his child. She's being asked. He wasn't even with the woman. You know what I'm saying?
And she's asking him to take care of his child.
But they're together. That's number one. And if you think about the McDonald's situation, when she said it, when you were with me, you took care of them. You get what I'm saying? The kids didn't get the same benefits. She didn't get the same benefits when the relationship was over. His responsibility at that point was to his child, and he was doing what he had to do. That's why I thought that. This situation is different. Those ain't her kids. But she is with that man.
One
and when
child.
you with somebody, when you with somebody, you with all of them. And that's how I feel.
No, I agree.
Don't exclude mine when you with me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you ain't with me, that's not your responsibility. So if they wasn't together and it was a situation like that, I would be like, nah, she definitely right. I would agree with her. Just like I agree with him. But they together. No. Now, the key word was boyfriend, though. So I will say I give her the benefit of the doubt because if that was her husband, it'd be a different story. That's your stepchild. But your boyfriend? What we talking about?
I just want to.
What we talking about? Joy, what you say?
What you got to say, Joy?
This is baffling. So it's a family vacation.
Correct.
That means the male and the female is going.
She's paying for her boyfriend and their children to go on a family vacation, but he also has a child outside of their relationship.
So you can't trick on one more.
Correct.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
If you got
And
it.
she obviously got it.
She obviously got it though. He's a child. It's not. I mean.
And why the daddy? To be fair, I understand both sides. If my girl tricking on me, and she do, I love my baby, and we out, right? Say I got a kid, and she be like, I don't want to pay for your jet. I feel like the mama should. I'm just gonna pay for my jet because I already ain't paying for myself.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You might well pay for the jet. It's cheaper. He ain't going outside like that unless you take him outside. So like, I feel like the shit I feel like it was unnecessary. Like they had been arguing already about kids and baby mamas
type shit.
Cause like, be for real.
Speak on.
If y'all was really with a nigga and y'all going on a vacation and he got a kid. If you and the baby mama got a good relationship and y'all best of friends and all this shit, it would have been no problem with taking that baby.
Absolutely.
And
I can see a woman asking.
I was gonna say, as the resident mother, and you got a good blend of family relationship.
Having a great relationship with my daughter's father. We go on a trip and take Aubrey. Them other two, he is gonna have to take care of them if he wants them to come, because that also, I think it's a lot of factors that play a part. The relationship that you have with the other mother, y'all relationship. Because the only reason I say no, I wouldn't do it is because I don't have a good relationship that I would like to have with the other kid's mother.
we gonna get on the show.
So
y'all gonna patch it up.
Nah, I'm a fighter.
Like mother love on this mother.
Hey, work out the king.
We got her in the back right now. Come on now, Michelle.
I swear, she ain't flying all the way here for that smoke.
Not the smoke.
For the
I
smoke.
wish I could have two baby mamas in my fight.
Why would you want this in your life?
Right.
Don't say that out loud. Please take that back. I promise you take that back.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of contributing factors.
But if y'all did get along and everything was smooth, it wouldn't be no issue.
I feel like it wouldn't be like a necessarily aggressive ass. She want them to go. You know what I'm saying? She need to pay for them, or you need to pay for them, or something. Like, let's go down to the chopping block and let's.
What about just having a conversation?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm planning this trip. That's different. Planning a trip.
I got you, Rob.
Because before I even do anything, I'm gonna talk to my daughter's father about it. Like, there's been plenty of trips we planned, and she kind of like.
But in that situation, like you said, your father, your daughter's father, and the man in this situation, the same. They are the common denominator in the equation.
Right.
So the man, in my opinion, should be paying for the shit.
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, if the women are on a good or bad term, no matter what, you got to be able to communicate. Be grown.
Yeah.
Whether you good or not, be grown.
I agree with you.
So as the girlfriend, she should have asked the mom, "Hey, if you want them to come, do you mind paying for them?" Like. She should have asked the mom that if the daddy wasn't gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? Which he should be doing it anyway.
That still boils down to the circumstances of their relationship.
Cause if they beefing, anything you say is gonna be taken and trying to be funny.
Well, I feel like
and you don't know if he dabbling or not.
in the relationship with
That's true.
If it's the mom and the dad, and the dad has a child, like outside,
He needs to talk to that mother about it.
But she should talk to the dad.
Right, but I'm saying
Facts.
it's the dad.
I'm not talking to your baby
It's the dad's
That's what I'm
responsibility
saying.
to convey that message to the outside mother of the
that's what
child.
you're saying.
He
That's what
could
you're
be
saying.
that- He could be that like conduit to like talk to baby, especially it don't matter the situation.
I feel like that's what she was implying though. 'Cause
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was like, oh, you know, like either you or your
You buy it. The boys
sound like
or
to
you
me-
guys buy it.
It
Right.
sounded like to
You're
me that the
her,
trip
blowing
was
your
already
cord.
planned, and then she was like, "Well, if she want to
Can
come,
he go? Yeah.
No, well, no.
If it was on the other side and it was the female chick and the dude was like, I don't want to pay for your chick, have your baby daddy pay for it.
I can see it being viewed very differently. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's a difference when the message is given by a male and a female, and
I agree with
it's
that.
ridiculous.
What was you saying? You gonna clear something up?
He just said it seemed like the trip was already planned.
Yeah, that's what I was.
But so to your point, well, okay, let's run it back. It wasn't already planned. She said she was going
Working
to
on
take
it.
right. She was going to take them, but she was just saying like
If you want them to
logistics leading up to it. I'm not paying for your child.
That's the conversation you gotta have.
Correct.
You gotta think about where this child coming from too.
At that point,
Because if it's with his mama all the time, but your baby mama in Florida, so that means you want my new wife.
You want
to
me
pay
to-
for your baby to fly over here and go on a trip.
But let's say they all in the same
geographical
We're
area.
all in San Diego.
Hey,
Way
yeah.
down the street. And me and my boyfriend and our kids live in the same house. Am I paying for your child? She says she don't want to. If that
I'ma
was,
say
let's
this,
just keep it simple.
For the child's sake, man, 3 adults should be able to figure that out.
Yeah.
And if my brothers and sisters
you
or whatever,
can't
my
figure it out,
siblings going,
I'ma
shit, I
feel some
don't want to
type of way.
go.
I'ma
Real
feel
quick,
some
I
type
want to
of
what you
way.
got to say, Big Dog. What you got to say about
I
that?
just feel like it shouldn't have been a conversation in the first place. Like I feel like just like with the McDonald's situation, like the offenders, the, you know what I'm saying, the offensive party was like in pocket. You feel me? Like they were in pocket. Like at a point, you that's your kid, cause you know what I'm saying. Like it shouldn't even have been like a debacle. Like oh why can't you already paying for me and paying for your kids? Why can't you pay for my kid too? Type shit. It's like no, bro. Like she already hooking it the fuck up. You feel me? Like just do what you got to do. If you ain't got it, you know, like she already. Oh no, you can work it out with your baby moms type shit, and y'all figure it out together. Because at the end of the day, one, it's not my responsibility. That's your child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have a relationship. You know, that doesn't. Our relationship doesn't define my relationship with your child.
And she paid for the other kids.
Right. You know,
it's
so
their
like,
children.
you know what
Her
I'm saying?
kids.
Right. And it's like, okay, well, like, and like, if, you know, like it could be other contributing factors, like, oh yeah, she might not have the best relationship with the other baby mom or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So that could also, you know what I'm saying, like Joey was saying, that could also be like some shit too. You feel me? But at the end of the day, it shouldn't have
First of
had
all,
to go
fuck them
there.
kids.
Damn, Joey, fuck the kids.
Fuck the kids.
Jesus Christ.
The kids always
From a man
fucking
who
shit
don't even
up.
have none.
Oh,
Cause if we want no kids, we won't be worrying about nobody paying for the vacation.
What were you saying, Rob?
I was saying that I think honestly, I think it's a foundational issue of their relationship. I feel like there's a lot of relationships that avoid the elephant in the room. So then when it comes time to approach it, it gets kind of awkward.
Weird.
And then
Smart
people,
brother.
We gotta have a hard conversation.
But why you in a
Exactly.
relationship? You ain't had a conversation already.
Is it hard or is it uncomfortable?
It's just
uncomfortable.
I don't think
But
that's
you gotta do it.
That's fine.
But like he
Nothing
said,
comes good from comfort.
it's a foundational thing because
Yeah.
if me and you are in a relationship
Yeah.
that's if we're open with one another and I'm like, okay, well, if this, if we talking to one another, that shouldn't even be something. If we planning a trip, we should already know what we finna do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been a stepdaddy and went on vacation. I ain't paying for your kids.
Wow. What a douche. Listen. I'll say this.
Got your
I'll say this though. In your douchey defense, I will say this.
Douchey.
The three adults involved are who need to be highlighted here, number one. Right. And with that being said, the father should be the primary to take care of that trip.
Yes.
If not, his mama or her mama should have been able to take care. If not, I should have been third, so I get where she's coming from on the priority.
I should have been on the list.
Now, the factor could be financial. We ain't talked about that. She didn't pay for their kids. Yeah. She sound like the breadwinner in the house, first of all. Because if she the one paying for the trip and not him, in my mind, I'm already thinking she got banked. So they probably using her.
Dang, that's just twisted into some.
But am I not lying though? From what she's speaking on, people making her out to be the bad guy, but in reality, it might be a history of that. You know what I'm saying?
She is a bad guy. She made a Facebook status about personal shit.
That's true. She shouldn't have came with us, but she gave us content.
There's a
lot of petty. There's a lot of petty
in it.
There's a lot of petty.
And now it's wrong, you stupid bitch.
Bella, what you got about
everybody at the club know I'm poor.
Now you got my mama looking at me like I ain't shit.
My baby mama yelling at me because now people think I don't take care of kids, you stupid bitch. Now none of us going on vacation. Who want to go to Cancun and everybody like, yeah, that's a broke motherfucker? Yes, no. Well, no.
Now I'm taking y'all motherfuckers to SeaWorld.
Well, moving on from that topic or that conversation, did y'all hear about the Larry Hoover thing?
Yeah.
I think I'm big.
Yeah. Denounced gangster disciples.
Yeah, so right now, I'm gonna read the little article. Y'all know I like to read.
Free Larry Hoover.
Can't see
So
don't do her.
don't. Thank you.
Y'all be on my girl head.
Promise
boy.
you.
Didn't do it. Won't
Anyways, it says that he renounces the gangster disciples in a letter to the public, and so he's up for appeal right now. Let's talk about backstory, or let's talk about context. He's up for appeal right now. Essentially, he could potentially get out of jail. They're probably not gonna let him out of jail, but he could potentially get out of jail. So right now, he wrote this long letter, basically saying he renounces everything that he was ever attached to. Yeah, any gangster affiliations, anything like that. So, this is something that he did his whole life. Obviously, he went to jail. He did this his whole life, went to jail, something he strongly believed in prior to going into prison. So, my question is, have y'all ever been in something so deep and then basically renounced it? Yeah. Like
I'm good off this.
Okay.
United States Marine Corps.
Damn, you turned your back on the Marine Corps?
The
Nah,
government.
first they turned their back on me, they raggedy funky bitches.
You sound like you about to blow up.
Nah, cause
That nigga's a terrorist.
when I was in the Marine Corps, nigga, I was a Marine.
You got on Marine Corps
love that
colors
shit,
right
ain't
now.
it?
You still in your blood. Look at you right now.
Navy ass nigga.
He's still wearing the same green.
Right.
Your ass up.
He ready to attack.
I was a Marine,
Sweat
nigga.
that
That nigga
shit.
looking
And
for
then,
Charlie.
shut the fuck up, y'all. And then when it got to the point where like them niggas just like treated me like a number, or like, yeah, you out.
You are.
First of all, watch your mouth.
I'm sorry.
And
Break it
that
to
shit really fucked me up, bro. Like for like the first year of me being out of the military, like being like not knowing how to do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Retard.
And then like the only way I really found peace.
I'm sorry. That's what it is.
She
They
snuck a
cripple you
retard in
so
there on you. But
bad.
keep going, big dog.
They
I'm
cripple
listening.
you so bad.
But my
That's
thing
why people
was
stay
like
for years.
it made me felt like I was like by myself, because like nobody else really understood what I was transitioning to, and the only people who understood me was still serving. Like when I first got in the Marine Corps, I'm used to saying what the fuck I want to say.
Yeah.
In a sense, I remember my first job, I working at Steak and Shake. I don't know if y'all know what that is.
Yes.
Nigga, I'm from St. Louis. Let's do it.
But I was at Steak and Shake. I was a little fry cook, nigga. I used to you wear a little white shirt, and I was flipping motherfucking burgers and shit. And I'm flipping burgers, and they were like,
So big.
The Krabby Patties.
all right, motherfucker.
Do I come to your job?
That's how SpongeBob my
Knock the
niggas.
broom
And
out your
SpongeBob
hand?
birthday is when? When's SpongeBob birthday?
And I'm flipping the burgers and shit. And a nigga said something to me. I said, look, motherfucker, you gonna leave me the fuck alone right now. I was fired that day. Then I got a job at Cheesecake Factory 2 days later, washing dishes. And that made me think, like, I was in the military all them years. Get out and wash dishes.
This is what I'm doing.
At
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
And then it was like, damn, I had to just let go of the Marine Corps altogether. I just recently started telling niggas I was in the Marine Corps.
But you know what's crazy about that? I'm gonna tell you this. All jokes aside, I know we play about it, but like you got to remember that the armed forces has like the highest suicide rate,
Yes,
and the highest homeless rate. So it's almost like that ain't nothing to really like. We laughing about it and shit, but for you to be able to denounce that and get that out your system and understand, because the world knows it now. You are a Black Panther. Shout out to the Panthers. You are a Black Panther. And does that have anything to do, you being a Black Panther, with what you experienced already with the government?
That and me being a Black Panther just made me want to. I wanted to build my community from the trenches. Like I don't want to be one of them people that just want to like tell people what's best to do. I think Black people should do this. Yeah. Black people should do that.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm in the streets with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if I'm telling you we should do it, I'm gonna be at these events. And I always wanted to be a Panther, but I say I would never be a Panther outside of the state of California. And
I ain't gonna lie, I went to the Juneteenth thing and I seen y'all and y'all had y'all booth and everything like that, and y'all was so welcoming. And I think sometimes the Black Panthers is intimidating to some people that don't understand it. They don't understand it, understand where it's from, and they don't understand how it works. So you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I be feeling like nowadays you just gotta experience it for yourself. Like I said, to be out there with y'all and like be shooting the shit with y'all.
If the Black Panthers didn't get disemboweled, it would have been no Crips and Bloods.
I agree with that too.
If they didn't get disemboweled, it would have been no Crips and Blood, because Crips and Bloods and other gangs didn't start off as like, you know what I'm saying, negative.
Your street.
Them niggas really,
them
niggas really just picked up what the Black Panthers stopped doing, and them niggas was motherfucking protecting their own particular communities. I don't know
when compartmentalized.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't know when it switched. You know what I'm saying? But that could be the same way how they sent people into the Black Panther Party to infiltrate it from the inside in, inside out. I still feel like the same thing happened with Crips and Bloods, because y'all didn't start out beefing with each other. Somebody's probably implemented, and then they blew it up from the inside out. Oh, motherfucker did this, motherfucker did that, and shit like that be happening. But man, I enjoy. I made my 1 year as a Black Panther.
July 10th.
You know what I'm saying? July 10th on my 30th birthday. And you know what I'm saying? If you want to join the Black Panther Party in San Diego, please go to blackpantherpartysd.org and send in your application. I'll be the one reading it.
Hey, just like that, man. Black Panther Party SD. What? blackpantherpartysd.org. Just like that. Hey, real talk. We want to. I heard you say that you had to denounce something as well. Can you give me a background on what that was?
Looking at. So apart from the military, look, I ain't gonna denounce them all the way.
Yeah, I get it. He said I might get a check.
Okay, a good one.
You can denounce the military. Don't denounce the VA.
Good morning, veterans affairs. Good morning.
Every morning.
Every first of the month. Come on with that 3,000.
So look, bad relationships. So like my mom used to call me, and it was fucked up. I used to hate this shit.
Okay.
But then I had to recognize the pattern she was describing. She used to call me like a serial monogamous. Right?
Wow.
What the
So basically, in one relationship that's like, you know what I'm saying, we all in type shit.
Yeah.
To another relationship, we all in type shit. You feel me? And she's like, oh, you taking shit too serious. Cut to, I get married. Right? Married, doing what I thought was the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ended up changing halfway through it. Growing, really. I can't say changing, growing. Halfway through it, we grew apart type shit. And at a point, my refusal to like free myself of it ended up like hurting me. I ain't gonna say what all.
I know what you're talking about. Like,
it was overwhelming initially, emotionally and mentally, right? And then from there, your body suffers. You know what I'm saying? All this, that, and the third. You start to. Best way I could describe it is you start to relearn, or you not even relearn yourself. You start to learn who you've become, type shit. In the middle of it, if you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So, bless you.
My bad, allergies.
Yeah, bro. So like as far as like denouncing, like me, toxic relationships, got to. Like look, me, like I saw, like, caveat and I'm done. I saw her the other day in the gym. My ex-wife. Peep, recognized, nothing.
You didn't feel nothing.
Didn't say nothing.
That's
Didn't
a strong. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy about what you're saying. It's deeper than what people probably hearing right now. So to be able to do that, I'm gonna ask you a question and give advice to people, because a lot of people think they're emotionally intelligent and they are not. They're not ready for this shit. That heartbreak shit stay with you way longer than somebody punching your face.
The struggle is not being bitter.
So any advice for anybody who's out here right now? How do you let it go? How do you get out of that shit? How do you actually just denounce toxic relationships? How can you even make those steps to go forward doing that?
It starts with love, but not external
on it,
love.
my man.
It
Come on
starts
now.
with self-love. You feel me? For me, look, it took a lot. It took a lot.
Yeah.
It's so at a point you start to see who you are, and you start to recognize what it is you want for yourself. You feel me? And then from there, it's like, okay, well, can I do that in this relationship? Can I do this in this situation? Can I do this where I am presently?
Yeah.
And if the answer is no, and like realistically, knowing that the answer is no is the first stop. Like that's the first step in knowing that the answer is no. From there, you got to choose to live in that shit.
Real
You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, okay, I got to cut this off, break this off, make this adjustment, this, that, and the third, whoop, whoop, wham. And like, you got to love yourself throughout the whole shit. Because the moment you start hating yourself, people go through it. People don't like to talk about situations where they hate themselves, you know, and like a lot of people get stuck in them modes of like hating yourself,
real
like,
shit,
doubting yourself type shit. You feel me? But it's just, you gotta love yourself through that shit.
I feel him on that, bro.
I fuck with that. I just feel like what you're saying, to sum it up, I feel like it sounds like you say you got to take accountability for yourself.
A lot.
And when you take that accountability, you can't be offended by it.
Accountability
you
and
can't hurt yourself,
responsibility.
right?
You gotta do the inner
Responsibility
work.
for yourself.
I ain't realized how
Do the work.
toxic the relationships I had been in until I met my fiance, bro. Because like the first couple months of our relationship, I was waiting for her to like
fuck up,
or sometimes now I catch herself. We'll talk about something. I know it's something she don't like, and I be like, "You got an attitude?" She be like, "No." I be like, "Oh," and then it's like it's sometimes I be like, it made me start looking at myself like I could tell I'm scarred. You know what I'm saying? Then that was like making me start reflecting on how I'm interacting with her, because like you don't deserve the wrath that I'm about to give you
from somebody else.
based on somebody else.
Yeah.
So they made me, coming out of the last situation I was in, coming to this one is, I'm just gonna tell her what my expectations is. If you can't meet these particular expectations, leave me alone now. You know what I'm saying? And we had months and months conversations before she even was like my girlfriend, let alone my fiance.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, I can deal with this, I can't deal with this, or we compromise X, Y, Z. And then within that, to make my point, you could find a lot of healing in being loved properly. Cause once you start being loved properly, it shows you what you should have been getting.
You know what I was thinking that too when you said it. Yeah.
It showed you what you should have been getting the whole time.
Yeah.
And now you can tell the difference, because now you can tell the difference between real love and what you've been getting in your whole damn life.
Real shit. Yeah.
And then once you get, that's like step one. And then once you get to step two, is realizing what you are shortcoming in. Because after a while, my fiance was so good to me, it started making me think, what the fuck ain't I doing for her?
Facts.
Am I matching her fly? So there's only one or two things you gonna do. Right?
Gonna
When
rise
you get
to
that
the
point,
occasion.
you either gonna get your shit together or you gonna bounce.
Or you gonna lose her.
You know, it's funny because I am single, and I asked you before when you proposed, I was like, how did you know? You know what I'm saying? And from what you're saying and what it sounds like you knew because you found somebody who showed you who you was. You know what I'm saying? And showed you what you was worth for real. I always tell people, like, if somebody ever tell you you're too good for me, they don't deserve you, because nobody who deserves that shit would ever say that. You know what I'm saying? If you know what you are and what you're giving out, you ain't gonna never feel like that. With nobody being too good for me. You wasn't worth it at the time, and that's all good. Hey, you ever had to denounce anything?
Me?
Yeah. Anything you loved you, anything you loved back.
I wouldn't say fully denounced. I grew up in the church.
Oh shit!
Like
Here we go.
apostolic,
Here we go.
like,
Here it is.
Pentecostal, like
Me too. I grew up Pentecostal too, where they wash your
like
feet.
well, yeah, all of that. So
What y'all on?
and I was, you know, my mom is a preacher. My godfather was the bishop of the church. So like
Jesus.
I'm like, you know, like tapped in my whole life. Me and all my brothers. So
Yeah.
I won't say fully denounced, but what I had to do was like build my own relationship internally, because what I did figure out is that in a lot of times when you are raised in that type of environment, it's more of a cripple or a crutch than it is anything, because it doesn't make you like independent. What happens is, like a lot of people, which it is like a
So true.
this is like a mantra for people in the church. It's like, I can depend on God. But what happens is, we don't understand that we have an independence. We have a responsibility in humanity. We have to depend on ourselves.
Yes.
Because like we get in these spaces and we get so spiritual to the point where we think like God is our father, like literally, like like he's gonna take care of everything. So we like get away from like just practical responsibilities. So it kind of, I had to kind of, when I became a man, like, and just growing up, I kind of had to learn that on my own. Yeah. And like separate myself from God. And it was difficult because I've been like that my whole life, and just, you know what I'm saying, like expecting God to do everything for me. Then when I realized, like, bro, he's not gonna come and rescue me. Facts. But like, you know what I'm saying, like whether it's relationships, bills that gotta be paid, you know what I'm saying, and those are the lies they sell to us. You know what I'm saying, like he's gonna come and like pay up bills and like do all type of crazy shit. And he's like, you gotta hold it down on your own. And that's just like the, you know, the foundation. That's just like the beginning of it. Like there's
I was gonna say it's deeper. It's way deeper than that.
Let me say this real. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. Like, so when it comes down to God, whether you believe in him or not, you got to know that there's something bigger than you that is in you. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you gotta. What is with the gay shit today? You've been pausing all day. So you gotta know that. So you gotta know that.
Sexuality, he been pausing all day.
So you gotta know that it's something that's in you that's bigger than you, that's in you, whether it's God, whether it's energy, whatever you believe in, right? So when it comes to certain Christianities, I ain't gonna call I say Christianities. When it comes to certain religions, I don't want to call out a particular religion, but some of them denominations, they encourage you to be closed-minded, and they say don't question this, don't question that, because God says so. So with Muslim, I know you're Muslim, and I know you're gonna get into that. What I had to realize about the Muslim religion is that they actually encourage you to actually seek God. They encourage you to study Judaism, to study Christianity, and they believe in Jesus. So it's like, at least they're more open-minded about, you know, all this organized religion and everything like that. But me personally, I grew up Catholic, and I was born in Germany, damn near. So Catholic and Christian. So I had to relearn how I looked at God, how I looked at spirituality. I had to relearn all that stuff. So like you said, we ain't got to necessarily denounce what we believe, but sometimes you got to grow up, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I guess it's about relationship. You can be rooted in religion.
Yeah, you could denounce religion without denouncing God.
Absolutely. That's what I just said.
Let me tell you something, man.
That nigga preaching, look.
I'm about to sit up, man. Let me tell you something. When you start wondering why everything in your life is going wrong and shit just fucking difficult, God got a funny way of reminding you that you need him. Yeah. And when you start moving around acting like you just don't need God, you don't forget.
He gonna tell you.
Every time I talk to God, I'm not always asking for something. Sometimes I just want to see how the nigga is doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want somebody always calling you and ask you goddamn money. What you think God will? Right. Sometimes I just check in with him, let him know today was a good day and I appreciate it. And I notice every time I start going through some deep shit, I had stopped that connection with God, because the first thing when you start going through shit, who the first person you start going to?
God, please,
Don't go when it's only bad.
Don't go when it's only bad. You gotta go when it's good, when it's okay, when it's alright, when it's real bad.
Yeah,
you gotta go all the time.
Because people talk all that shit, and if they life on the line, when you falling from a cliff, who you screaming for?
God. Oh, I'm just gonna die.
Please,
Shit.
right.
My thing is, and
Jesus, help me. Jesus, please.
Hey, and one thing, what drew me away from Christianity, not to throw none of Christians in.
We going, nigga. Let's go. You open it up now.
But what made me switch to Islam, I was at a very dark time in my life, and Islam brought me much peace. But I couldn't get jiggy with a religion that tells me to be submissive to my earthly master. Yeah, that's what fed the slaves. When you look at the Bible and you look at the back, the Bible has editors. That are some of them still alive, some of them just recently died. When you look at the Quran, there's no editor besides the original niggas that's written the Bible. Yeah. And the reason why I make that as a point is, you ever played the game when you like in high school on like some little trip and they whisper something in somebody's ear and you're supposed to whisper to the next person?
Yeah, the whisper
and
game.
it never be
telephone.
And it never be the shit that you thought it was going to be
completely
in the
different.
beginning. Yeah. That's how the Bible works. When you have too many editors, everybody's going to tell their interpretation of the Bible versus what it truly is. We will never know the actual truth of Christianity because it's been commercialized.
You get lost in translation.
And then it get lost in translation. Right. And I feel like Christianity, people use it to mold It's used to build fear. Versus Islam. When I wanted to convert to Islam, you know, like you could go to a Christian church right now on Sunday. They be like, who want to join the church today and get saved? Yeah. You stand up. Yeah, say a little weird ass prayer, and you save for the rest of your motherfucking life. When I went to Islam, this man told me, he said, what issues do you have with Christianity? I listed out all my issues. He said, those same issues you have there, you're going to have here. He said, I want you to read these 3 books. When you read these 3 books, if you feel the same way after you're done reading them, then you can convert to Islam. I read those 3 books, and I felt, this time fresh out the Marine Corps, I'm going through my bad times, and it's like, I felt peace because it got to the point when I asked God for something, and I felt like he was going to do it. I didn't question it no more. And then next thing you know, it started happening. I remember when I wanted to move to San Diego, I couldn't exactly afford it yet. I ain't even got my VA shit yet. I'm just like, damn, I really want to move to San Diego. And then I sold all my shit and left without a job, not too much in my savings. I wouldn't even get my VA shit yet. And then I had a layover in Denver. I prayed about it at the airport. And I had my layover in Denver, layover like 12 hours because I flew Frontier. I had no bread like that. And then like I get a call from the VA. They say, we're going to award you 100%.
Come on now.
Man.
Hit.
And then I'm like, damn.
We eating.
You feel me? And I say all this to say this, man. I don't care who you pray to, how you pray to. One, I want to get rid of a particular stigma when people hear Muslim. And they think Allah is different than anybody else. It's not. Allah is actually 2 words. All is the and La is God. So it's the God. So don't go up to no Muslim and be like, you serve a different God, because I serve the same God you serve. The only deficiency is the interpretation of Jesus.
Big facts.
You feel like him and Jesus is the same person. I feel like Jesus ain't.
He's a messenger.
He's just a messenger.
Right.
That don't mean he's not holy, he's not spiritual, and all that stuff. I don't care who he is, man. Talk to God. Just tell him how it is. Ask him. And if you're going to pray for some shit, you're going to ask for some shit, let it be what it is. Don't keep asking every day, you said you going to help me with the rent. Then you know what I'm saying? And sometimes help with the rent don't mean monetary. It probably help you get a good job.
Right.
So you go take care of that shit on your own. Like you said, you don't want to just be, man, y'all have me here all day, boy.
One of the to kind of piggyback over what Rob was talking about, like one of the things I feel like Christians don't really know what the Bible says type shit. You feel me? Like one of the things, like even the Bible that they do have with all of its reinterpretation, with all of its changes and so on and so forth. Like one of the things, I was having a conversation, you know, with somebody that was like, oh, you know, you got to pray about it, blase, blase. And me, I come from hardworking people. I'm a thug for it. Fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go grind for it. You feel me? Do what I got to do. And they was like, no, you know, you just got to take it and you got to put it in God's hands and this, that, and the third. And I was like, but doesn't the Bible say faith without works is dead?
It's dead.
You feel me? And it's like, and it's like, and like me at this point, I already removed myself from the church as an entity. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're still in the church and you giving me this advice type shit. You know what I'm saying? You telling me to go pray about it and this, that, and the third, and just put it in his hands. But you, what I need is resources. What I need is information.
Put ties in God's hand.
You feel me?
I think. So, go ahead, bro.
No. So I just feel like a lot of shit on top of on top of the message being lost in translation. On top of people not knowing what's going on, or people being led astray.
Yes.
You feel me? If we could talk about it, people being led astray.
Come on
using Christianity type shit. Yeah. You know, there's just people don't know it for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
You know what a cult is, don't you?
I think Ball says
I said, you know what a cult is, don't you?
Exactly. And like that's what modern, and for me, that's what modern contemporary
we won't know the true words of God until we get there.
Right.
I think Ball said something that was really important when he said that God is in us, right?
Yeah.
And I think like we was all talking about prayer and our relationship with God, and this is my standpoint on spirituality. In the same way, I'm gonna check in with God, and this is what a lot of people don't do. I'm gonna check in with myself because He's in me, right? This is my mantra is like the Bible says God made us in His image. So in our reality, I am Him. I'm a part of Him. So in the same way, when you having a relationship with God, saying thank you to God, I'm gonna say thank you to myself. That's essentially what I'm doing because like He's living through me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
this
in the
smart
same
brother.
in the same in the same way I'm having conversation with God. I sit in my room all the time and I talk to Robert. I talk to God too, but it's a conversation like 3-way. You know what I'm saying? Like so where like we all talking like I thank you. But even like enduring the pain that you had to endure to become the person that you are today. Right. And it's like a lot of people got to realize that we think of God as this big white man in the sky. And he's in here, bro. Like we don't know who this man is. Like he's like he made us in his image.
I'm gonna say I don't know about the white man.
But we think of God as somebody as an external source, and he's not external at all. He's internal. He's a spiritual. You know, he's a spiritual, extremely complex. You know, person. But
big facts.
That's who we are too.
But you know what else I say? Even in the church, you hear like the old school church people say something like, "Oh, he uses me as a vessel.
Exactly.
He uses me as a vessel." Well, if you the vessel, talk to the source, nigga.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What was you saying, Vaughn?
I used to be a
I
witness.
think what I can say is, I grew up in the church. I think we all have.
Yeah.
Don't get I almost caught one.
Listen now.
We've all grown up in the church, and of course, I went on. Not of course, but I went on to do my journey as an adult. Went to the military. You know, kind of like
Lost Jesus.
You know, straight, not necessarily straight away, but stopped going to church on the regular.
Yeah.
Right? And then the time that I went back home, my mama said to me, she still said to me, and I don't think she understand what I'm saying. She said, "You haven't been to church in a while." And I just looked at her and I said, "Mom, well, no disrespect. I'm not going to place myself in that building every week after week and I'm getting the same message. I'm not learning nothing. It's not doing anything for me. So why do I need to go to a middleman to get anything when I can go straight to the horse and get what I need?" And she kind of understood for a minute, but it spun back around again. I don't know why.
You gotta tell black mamas first. No disrespect.
No disrespect.
With all due.
With all due respect.
I'm the only girl and the youngest, so it might come off a little, you know what I'm saying? So I had to tell her, and then I, of course, started my own journey, and I'm like, damn sure I'm not stepping foot back in the damn church if I don't have to.
I feel that.
Not only that, it's a big difference between religion and spirituality. And a lot of people do not understand that. And they don't want to understand that because how they have been crippled and how people have embedded that into their minds. We all believe in some type of higher power.
Unless you're an atheist.
And even between religion and morality, they low key religion and morality has a tie between each other. And I advise you guys.
Because religion made slavery okay.
I advise you to do your own research.
Okay, how yellow?
But I kind of just was like, people like, oh.
Do y'all feel like church is going like out of style?
It is getting
you know what
wild.
I'm saying? You know what I mean?
It's more secular. It's way.
Go ahead, Bella, because I know you still go to church.
Church system.
First of all, fuck church.
I do. Actually,
Bam.
I actually have started going back to church,
Okay.
and the reason why is because I do agree with Vaughn, and with all of you guys. I feel like, you know, if we are talking about, you know, God being in us and stuff like that, we can definitely tap in. Even the Bible say we are the church.
Gods.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but I do believe that at some point you got to tap in somewhere. I feel like at some point you need to plug in. You know what I'm saying? To I feel like, yeah, you can be at home and
But
you
what
can
about
do
your
your
prayer closet?
You could do that too, but see, that's by yourself. But that's what I'm saying.
I don't need nobody else.
So you want camaraderie when you talk to God.
But that's with anything though. If you're thinking about where your strength comes from, it comes from your It comes from you tapping in, and it is. And I feel like that's where a lot of people get it messed up because they've been scarred or burned from churches that have hypocritical pastors or preachers or teachers or whatever you want to call him, deacons, Or saints, or the saints, or the people.
Praise the Lord,
But that's
saints.
because people have been so
Saints.
caught up in religion and not relationship. I feel like that people, if you focus on the relationship, your relationship, not his relationship, and that's gonna get me there, or your relationship, or what you say religion say. No, my own personal relationship. This is my walk. I'm walking this walk by myself, and so that's why I chose to go back to church. Now I do feel like
What church you go to?
I'm dabbling right now.
The dabbler strikes again.
So
We gotta make that a sound.
I'm trying. I'm not one of those people that's just like, oh, because Sarah said, church on the rock was the church, that I need to be there. I'm not that person. If I don't go and I don't connect, or if I don't go and I don't receive, then it might not be the church for me.
Like small churches or big churches?
And
I've been to both, and it just depends.
you know what I was thinking when you was talking about it, because like I used to go to church and everything like that. So when I do hear people say I went to church today, the first thing that comes to my mind is, what was the message? First thing you ask somebody when you've grown like that, what was the message?
Facts.
What was the message? You know what I'm saying?
most
Because
people
guess
don't-
what?
can't tell
When
you
you
though.
tell me what the message, right? If you can tell me what the message was, I feel like I just got what you.
Oh God.
But you paid
I
for
was
it. You know what I'm saying?
fed.
Like,
I was fed.
give me
Yeah.
that message, right?
Nah, for
tell me
sure.
what was fed. I might not get it in the. I didn't go to the concert, but I knew the song. You know what I'm
Right.
It's
saying?
supposed to work though.
It is.
know what I mean? Yeah.
It's supposed to
Each
work.
one
Yeah.
teach one.
Exactly.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I've been in some churches where like my home church in Jacksonville, it like them niggas be sometimes I be feeling like they talking to me.
Niggas.
I ain't gonna hold you, but they also hypocritical too. Shout out to
But
Circle
see,
Faith.
that's also where people get it messed up, because you are looking at a man.
Right.
That's somebody might be. I might have the word or the word for you.
Right.
I might have a word for you, Joey,
Right.
and I might be out here cussing and fussing and doing all that stuff.
Can
but
I
that
say
don't mean the
something?
word that I said wasn't for
Can I
you.
say no? Can I say something real fast? I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say one thing real fast. And
Go
then
ahead.
we was just having this talk, and it's like, bro, you listen to these jerk ass rappers who ain't in the streets at all. But you
Period.
listen to these songs, it's the same thing,
It's the
bro.
same thing.
It's literally the same thing,
But not
bro.
even
These
just
niggas ain't
not
even.
even just that. Even on that, my bad. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
Not even just that, but you know how they, even with people giving advice and stuff, and they be like, take what's for you and leave the rest. It's the same thing. If you at a church and you know a message is speaking to you,
Yeah.
it don't matter what that nigga is doing at home. If the message was for you,
Yeah,
it was
it's
for
for
you.
you.
Take what's for you and leave the
Yeah.
rest. That nigga's personal life don't have nothing to do
So
with
would you take
you.
advice from a crackhead?
Yeah.
Hey, a
Hard
dumb
to-
man-
they
hey,
got the
shit.
best
A dumb man
advice.
can teach you
Hell yeah.
something.
They got the best advice.
You can learn something from a
Absolutely.
dumb man.
Absolutely.
It's like, don't do this shit.
Damn,
You
yeah.
better not. Don't start this shit. This is a voyage.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be like,
This a
oh
voyage.
nah.
This is a journey.
Especially if
It's a
it resonates.
You know, look. If anybody knows, nah, they look.
You know when something
Joey,
is
what's going
for
on
you.
trending topics, G?
Yeah.
Joey, what's going on trending topics? Orlando Brown?
Yeah.
Orlando Brown?
He said Bow Wow got some good ass.
Speaking
Man, we got the video.
Speaking
We got the video
of
black.
niggas on drugs, he got
speaking
really
of
good.
crackhead.
Right.
Speaking of niggas on drugs.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you though, like it was good to see him get clean or whatever. I don't want to quote it.
Don't do that.
He got clean.
That nigga not clean talking like that. Not now.
He ain't clean now. No, did y'all see
He
his
relapsed
transformation?
really
He did
fast.
relapse.
But it's funny we talking about him in the news now that he doing bad. But like when he was doing good, y'all ain't even know the
He
nigga was
wasn't
clean,
saying
right?
Because he shut the fuck up.
He got him.
Sometimes you gotta sit there and eat your food.
Joy, what's going on, man? What's happening right now?
Look
at him there.
He's in an interview with what
I
are they,
got
Funny
it.
Marco?
yeah.
Funny Marco. Yeah.
And he asked him when the last time has he seen 106 in Park.
He was like the last one was like.
He last time lit. He said something about when Bow Wow on it.
Today.
And then he was like,
Play it again,
he said,
bro.
you got a problem with Bow Wow? And he said, Bow Wow got some bomb ass pussy.
When's the last time you watched one
And I just want to say this.
Look at
y'all.
Funny Marco face.
I just want to say
What's
this.
the weather today?
You know how disrespectful it is for a nigga to say you got good ass pussy?
You got a problem with Lil Bow Wow?
Can you imagine?
Lil Bow Wow got
Kid
some bomb
Ball.
ass pussy.
Say me and you beefing.
It's quiet as shit in
Me
here.
and you beefing.
Wow.
And the nigga take Joy say you got some bomb ass pussy, bro.
Bro, it's on site, nigga.
Not even
When's the
pussy.
last time you watched
You ain't gotta.
Oh, nigga gotta see me.
Nah, we
It's
gotta.
on site.
You got some bomb ass pussy. Also, Trisha Thompson and motherfucking Chloe done had a
like
goddamn
that?
surrogate baby.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Are y'all serious?
Yeah. This nigga the king of city boys.
He's the city
King
boy
City.
king. Hoochie daddy
they're having a
king.
baby right now.
But with
Yeah,
the surrogate.
with another body.
The thing is, I think about this situation. I was looking at it from all angles, right? And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Wow.
And I'm like, is it like shorty, like
She's a glutton for punishment.
Like, you know what I'm saying? What's the
She probably want all her kids with the same nigga.
right? But what's the
Talked about
legalities of
self-hate
it? What's the legal realms of it? Because is it like, okay, y'all using this surrogate, or does she have some health issues going on
They could
that
be
she's
that.
not speaking about?
Them
And it's like,
surgeries.
okay, we're gonna use a surrogate, and then I'm gonna get the baby. So it's like I was looking at him like, okay, either she just don't want that nigga DNA literally inside of her, or she just has some mental issue. I mean, not mental, health issues going on.
probably
She
got
got mental
but
issues.
she
I mean,
You
she was on a migraine commercial.
She got fibroids.
She was on a migraine commercial.
She got
so
what?
I said fibroids.
Fibroids.
She could have
Not fibromyalgia,
Talking
nigga.
about what?
You
ain't got
ain't
nothing
never
to
listening
do
to
with
older
it.
bitches.
Something
Older
else.
bitches be having fibroids.
No, young
That's
females
true.
do too.
That's why they can't have no kids.
Oh, now.
Okay, the last bitch that I had that was that old had fibroids. Okay.
She's in her early
She's in her 30s, and if they got fibroids, just get a
Hysterectomy, you can't have no kids.
Exactly.
You
So
know,
you
guys,
don't
I
need
just don't-
to.
Like, I ain't trying to be funny. I swear to God, I'm not trying to be funny.
You better be funny.
Do y'all? I'm not promising. Listen, I'm being
I'm
respectful.
not promising not to be funny.
She's had several surgeries.
Yes, they
Okay?
all have.
Do y'all think maybe the surgeries have something to
They
do with
probably
her?
accidentally
Maybe not
removed
being
her
able to have her
uterus.
own goddamn kids, or maybe she just don't want to do that to her body. She didn't pay so much for that.
I feel like no, and not even
Question
just
mark.
that. Do you see how small she's gotten?
That's what I said. I don't recognize her.
This is what I'm saying. I feel like she don't want to, like, when some people work that get to that
You
point,
didn't work.
especially
Don't say work.
celebrities. She's had work and she's done work. Listen now, y'all done
was there.
seen-
You was there in the gym.
I wasn't there, but
She did say some bad bitches in the gym. Well,
She did.
mind your business.
Okay.
Dabbler.
First of all,
Boom, 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 boom.
what? You was just telling them to leave me alone.
I love
anyway,
you. I love you.
what I was saying was, ultimately, I feel like, especially celebrities, when they get to a certain point in their bodies, they don't be wanting to, like, I feel like it was like a rite of passage. She like, oh yeah, I had that nigga baby.
Girl.
You know what I'm saying? It
Girl.
was a rite of passage. She actually had. Now she already got one. So now it's like I got my body where I want it to be. Because you know she used to be considered the fat sister. Now
But
she's
still looking better than her other
She was the
sisters.
ugly.
right. She was the ugly sister.
she was
Now
still-
that she feel like
I
she's
ain't
where
say
she
that.
wants to be, I don't think she wants to mess that up. So
and she
I
probably
feel
want
like
her kids with the same nigga.
But it ain't hers.
Bitches
I'm
be
sorry. Did I say
bitches
that?
be like that.
no,
Legally.
a surrogate is still your child.
No, bitches
Legally,
be like
you
that.
have
They
a
want all their
child.
kids with the same nigga, so they'll keep.
I mean,
fucking
but we
him.
don't know. We don't need to know the details. Maybe they
Right.
could have took her egg. Maybe they could have took her egg
What?
and his sperm and
They do. Them bitches
Like,
do.
They
that.
put it in somebody
put
else.
it in somebody else. What is the?
That is slavery. Listen,
That
don't
is
make me do
money.
your
That is
goddamn
money.
labor.
That's what
So
they
look,
do.
so look, when I was
is
taking
exactly what they do.
I was taking a communication class
That's
years
lazy
ago.
white
type
people shit. Carry your own baby, lady.
It's but like if you got the
carry
money to do
on,
it,
don't worry about
what is it? If it ain't tricky, it ain't tricky if you got it type shit.
You right.
But like,
I'm sorry. It
Go
comes down to you like wanting the money or not because surrogates get
They
paid.
get paid, yeah.
Get paid, young nigga. Get paid on
You gonna rent out your room like that?
no, but they do.
That's a
But they
fact.
do.
I know a
They
girl
do.
who did it.
I know a girl who did it.
I know a
twice.
few.
That I went to school
The
with.
coochie was different after, but go ahead. That's what happened when you had other people kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I wouldn't have did that damage. Look,
Nigga
all
had a
chewed up at
that nigga had
35.
hallway shoulders, nigga.
Somebody else baby be holding on.
Right. Somebody else baby be like, I don't want to be here. No, I don't want to go. What was you saying,
But
Bo?
no, it's like she was saying, like surrogates make hella bread. Like when
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
I was taking a interpersonal communication class like some
Me
years ago type
too.
shit.
Okay.
And like
Yes.
one of the women that was in the class was like, no, like I'm a professional surrogate. I think she said like her last family paid her like 300 racks.
Yeah. No, they get paid. They get
No,
paid.
facts. I
know they
but,
get
but on some
paid.
real shit, like, let me ask you this:
That's my body.
if you ever,
Bella need to get
if she
on.
ever revealed
But-
this, do you think that she may get attached to the child that she birthed?
Legally,
Like,
you
You know what I'm
can't.
saying? I know legally
That's why
you
you
cannot.
sign all
I ain't
them
saying that, but
documents.
you don't think,
Emotionally.
yeah, I'm saying y'all don't think mentally, emotionally they go through
there's a
nothing.
movie.
No, I have a friend. I have a friend that did.
Whoa, shit! How did she feel? Was she able to just let it go?
So when I was in cosmetology school, I had a friend who was pregnant while we were in cosmetology school, and it was not her baby. She was was a surrogate. It was her third time being a surrogate. This to a different family. She just does that.
Okay.
This is what she do.
With this child, because it was a little girl.
Ooh.
She has 2 sons of her own, and the last 2 were boys. And so she birthed the child early. And because the parents were from overseas, she had to stay with the baby until they were able to quarantine. This was during quarantine. They had to quarantine for 2 weeks and then come to the States to get the baby. So in that time, she bonded with the baby that she was carrying. And she didn't want to give her up. But it wasn't her child. It was the parents' egg. It was the parents' embryo. It was their child. She just carried it. But she didn't want to. She had that bond with that child.
And I feel like that takes a lot of mental. It takes a mental toll.
I can imagine.
You know, I don't
hormones. Is that?
I ain't gonna lie. Every dude that I get in a serious relationship with, I said, because I know a lot of people that are surrogates. I say, how would you feel about your woman being a surrogate?
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, 99.9% of them be like, no. And I say the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
No matter how much, because the damage that you're gonna do to my body, possibly, is it worth it? Is it worth me possibly dying, giving birth to your child, and you living fucking happily ever after with that fucking child?
Look, the dad, beyond the death, like imagine living after carrying somebody else's baby, like dealing with like the health issues.
That's what I said.
Postpartum depression.
Oh, you have a retarded baby, they don't want to take it.
Oh my God.
They have to
take it and put it through therapy.
Which is why they do such an extensive back, like you have to do a lot.
She got it right.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not
Cause you stuck with man, nigga. No.
Your ass is out of there.
He is
I'm
yours,
crying because can you imagine?
Stuck with man.
You done got a surrogate. You done had a surrogate. And you come and pick your baby up.
Lord, I'm not sick.
And the baby retarded.
Joey, the baby that is not good.
Whole time it's your fault. Cause that's your look.
That's your DNA.
Sperm in that ass. Like, nigga, that's your baby. You better come get Leroy up out this bitch.
You be like, kill him, bro.
It's the best I can do. It's the best I can do.
You better come get this
This nigga
damn
been cuckoo crying for 36 hours.
Then you find out that the lame ass chromosome came from your ass.
Right,
so
your
shut
ass.
up.
No facts. So
Oh my God,
that's
this shit got me
also
in my
scientific
fucking
study. When you are carrying somebody else's child, your DNA does go into that child.
Yes.
My friend showed me her son's baby picture, and the child that she birthed looked just like her son.
Oh.
And it wasn't her. The child was
DNA.
Asian.
The
My
DNA.
friend is Hispanic. Yes.
That's right.
But the baby looked just literally. I couldn't tell them apart. She was like, "That's my son."
Me and my daughter.
And the little girl looked.
That's crazy.
That is
That's
a fact.
scary as fuck.
That is a
If I
fact.
accidentally made your baby retarded,
You know what? That transitions us to our next topic too. Oh God. That transitions to our next topic because for me that sounds like malpractice. So it sounds like maybe that if the woman looked like the child, that egg didn't work. And instead of the doctor just trying to do it over and over again, he just used your shit. You know what I'm saying? It's very possible. You know what I'm saying?
did.
You was gonna get pregnant any damn way.
I don't know if they could.
You know
do
what I'm
that.
saying? Shit. I seen a special on a nigga that was doing some crazy shit. Matter of fact,
oh yeah, it was a nigga sticking his dick.
Let the video play.
oh, we got the Dr. Dick video?
The picture. Nigga, he was hyped.
We don't have Dr. Dick.
Oh well, let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
The anesthesiologist was sticking his dingling in bitches' throats.
Why they was under C-section?
No, that shit is.
Hey, you know,
I was horrified when I seen that.
you know the amount of beat ass I would have been doing in that hospital.
You won't beat ass?
I'm beating ass.
Look, my name is Buck, and I'm here to fuck. What you talking about?
My thing is, man,
That's what he was saying.
I remember one time, man, and he like, that shit just sad, bro. I ain't never been.
No, seriously. I
It's
was
like that make you
crying
don't
when I
want to
seen
leave your
that
shorty in there, bro.
fast.
That ass, I was about to cry.
Hey, no, I really thought about
Surprise.
something like because my daughter had anesthesia, and I was trying to like record the whole process.
Yeah.
And for some, they told me to leave the room.
Excuse me?
No, I'm saying the fuck here.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
So hold on, you don't think they was
No,
okay?
That just makes me think. I know,
Where you going?
Yeah, it puts you on hold.
Now, nigga, I'm like,
Well, so here's the
what
thing.
the fuck be happening to women? Like
99% of the time,
Mouth for mouth. It could
when
be
women
me too.
go under, or when you having a C-section, they allow another person in the room in the States.
Yes.
Now,
You
this is in the
have
States.
I was there, yeah.
You have another person that is able to stand with you at your head with the anesthesiologist, you know, for support or whatever, because sometimes you might, whatever.
You woozy out.
Right. And so, but
you might do?
over there,
Your eye was
you might
fucked
do
up.
what, Bella?
That's the only person that makes leave.
You know,
Only person that
whatever.
makes leave.
But over there, they don't allow an additional person in the room. You're
What
not
country was
allowed
this?
to be. I think it was Brazil or something.
Brazil?
I think it was in Brazil. They
got
don't
all these
allow
steakhouses out here.
a person to stand in the room with you for support or anything like
No.
that. But I was like, thank God for the nurses that they said that he was doing the same, like acting suspicious and weird, because during a C-section you are awake.
Yes.
Yes,
These
it's
women
local.
were asleep. And so they were suspicious of him because they're like,
Oh, they didn't only do local. They didn't only do local, but they did.
he was knocking them out. He
Oh,
was
you
some
out of
scary
he was
shit.
right, and so some of these women could potentially die. That's a surgery.
Hemorrhage, not
Hold on.
Yeah, and not even just that. If you give somebody too much medicine while they're under, they could die and never wake up. And so he was
Wake
giving
up
them
dead.
so much medicine so that they could be asleep, so that he could be a pervert essentially. And the two surgeries prior, the nurses noticed him being weird, and so they set up the camera, and that's the video you caught,
I
which
would
was
beat his ass.
the
They had
third
to get- they had to
C-section
jump
that
them.
day.
And the thing is, I enjoyed some head
You read
too,
on that.
but I don't
I did,
enjoy
'cause I was
head.
pissed.
You gotta
that
get
type
those.
of
You gotta go get
expense.
those. You gotta earn those.
You gotta earn
Yeah.
it. You gotta earn a gag, man. You
Mama,
can't
I
just be going to get it.
You gotta earn- you gotta-
Even if I was in there with my fiance and she was having a C-section and she say for some wild reason she be like, put your dick in my mouth. I'm not gonna want to do it. I'm like, no. Look
You
what
are
I'm
not
doing.
you right now.
Right now.
This is not fun for me.
She's trying to unlock
Yeah,
every
but
chamber
fuck
of
you
her
know,
brain
you know
right
what's
now.
Scary shit though, like people
She
really
tryna
be having their
unlock every
families in
chamber.
there. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to think about it like that. Like it's
you
people
say?
out here that you trust with your family members and yourself. Like when people
That's
get
the
old,
sad
it's
part.
people in old folks' homes that's getting abused out here and getting molested and all kind of shit. But like you look at the situation like for me now, I had to think about it when I heard the story because I had Achilles surgery. I tore my Achilles my
they'll
second
probably get
season.
you.
So I had to have surgery on my stomach. So when you have surgery on your stomach, if you don't know, they have to stick a tube in your throat for you to breathe upside down, right? So when I woke up from my surgery, all I could think of when I heard the story was, man, when I woke up, my throat was hurting like a mother.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I went on surgery and the dude was like, so when you wake up a little bit.
Whoa.
Yeah. So when you wake up a little bit, your throat gonna be hurting a
Your
little
throat
bit.
gonna feel a little tingly.
I said it's gonna hurt. They said count down backwards from 100. I said 99.
Nigga said,
One person at a time, y'all. One person at a time.
And then the next day I woke up, my throat was on fire and I couldn't find that nigga for shit.
Yeah.
he ain't even worked that nigga. He was somebody's cousin visiting your room.
Got what
Count
I
backwards
needed.
for 1,000.
Got what I needed.
99. Then we think got a bowl of cherries, nigga.
Right. I want some.
Making a block.
I want
Y'all niggas
some.
wild.
First of all, you're on camera
Vaughn,
sharing.
what do you have?
Cheers.
Tell us about Beyonce.
Beyonce just broke another fucking record because that's what she
word.
does. She made history.
This nigga. Booty in the camera.
She is the first female solo artist to have 20 singles in the top 10.
Damn.
Okay.
You don't break my soul. You know that.
Hillcrest lit.
I'm telling everybody. They telling everybody. She reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart.
So far.
You know, so like I said, she's the first female solo artist. The only persons who have broken this record is Paul McCartney and
Jesus.
fucking Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Fucking Jackson.
She the best
McCartney.
performer.
No. McCartney broke. He has 34 top 10 hits with the Beatles.
You know that. That's why he cheated.
And 23 as a solo artist.
Yeah, don't.
However,
Yeah.
Is that
No,
real?
Paul McCartney be jamming.
Yeah,
that nigga
Michael
like that.
Then why
Jackson.
you
Michael
like him?
Jackson reached 30 top 10s hits as a solo.
As a solo.
Okay.
As a
yeah.
solo,
Jackson
but
five.
with the Jackson 5, 11.
Okay.
And I think he got one with Janet. I think
And I
Scream
just
went
want
up.
to say July 29th, The motherfucking Renaissance is dropping.
The Renaissance is dropping?
Yes. And I don't know what the fuck she finna give us, but I'm ready. Cause
I don't know. Last time
is it no question? Let me ask y'all this: is it no question Beyonce is the female GOAT?
It's not even a question.
Yeah, that's
why is it a question?
I'm asking.
It's a motherfucking. It's a motherfucking
Yeah.
statement. It's a statement.
She's an entertainer. She's an all-around
It's a
entertainer.
Who's
statement.
even comparable to Beyonce?
Can I tell you somebody you would never believe?
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey. And I'm not saying that in the
She done-
States. I'm talking about in Asia.
I will
In Asia,
argue this.
in Europe.
The only reason I will argue this.
She is Michael Jackson over there.
The only reason I will argue this is
Okay.
Mariah's not busting out. She's not
an entertainer.
sacrificing no dance.
She's a singer.
She's not
Exactly.
sacrificing dance.
I agree.
And meanwhile, all while dancing, she's not singing.
Yep.
I want Mariah to do that.
Now.
Okay.
I want her to do it.
You think if Mariah put out something now that it would do?
It was not
Can I
gonna
say
do the
this?
numbers.
Can I say this? I ain't gonna cap. She just featured for the first time in a long time
And that's
on
because of fucking Mulatto.
Big Lotto.
And she did a really good job. I ain't gonna hold you.
It was
good.
it was a sample of her song,
Yeah.
and
And that's
Mulatto
the
put
only
it
reason
on the
why.
remix.
But she did a good job.
And
She
that's
didn't sound
the
bad.
She did do a good job,
She
but
was
I don't
still
feel
singing
like
now,
she
though.
could do it alone.
I'ma
I
keep
don't
it
feel
a
like she could
stack
put
with
out an
y'all.
album and people would be like, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
not-
gonna say nah.
Yeah,
She
not
still-
in America.
she's still gonna sell.
I don't feel like. I feel like she will
She's
sell.
not breaking records though.
She will sell, but she's not touching Beyonce.
That shit going diamond.
I'm gonna keep it.
this.
I'm gonna keep it a
And
stack
if y'all
with
want to
y'all.
talk about it later, we can.
We can,
outside.
but let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this.
You wanna beat it
So,
up?
I think it's kind of anonymous
Yes, I'm a
that
part of the
Beyonce
hive.
is the female GOAT. So who would y'all say was second?
I would say
Female go
Mariah.
R&B.
Yeah.
R&B.
Female?
Let's go R&B and pop.
Are we
R&B
talking
slash
about
pop.
their age and their days, or
That's mine.
Well,
oh, we talking
that's
dead or
mine.
alive?
Oh,
yeah.
Dead or
Whitney.
alive? I say Whitney.
Whitney,
Whitney, my baby
no,
though.
I
Whitney
wanna
is
hear
number
Whitney
one.
before I
I'm
wanna hear
biased.
Beyonce.
Whitney is before Beyonce.
I would rather hear
If
Whitney
we're-
Houston sing than Beyonce.
Yeah, if
No,
we're
I
talking
want to
about
hear Whitney before I want to
Whitney-
hear.
1,000%.
period. That's me. That's
Yeah,
me too.
1000%.
Same.
And she a better actor.
Don't do that. Don't do
Most
that.
definitely is.
Don't do that.
That is
Cause
true.
hold on.
But when Whitney was in movies,
But
you
Beyonce
didn't look at her and
different.
Whitney.
Beyonce
You right,
different,
you right.
bro.
You look at
Beyonce is
they
like
roll.
Whatever role she playing.
Different.
Beyonce
when you see
is
Beyonce in a
similar to
movie,
Chris Brown.
you see Beyonce in a movie.
Beyonce, get the fuck off the camera.
I went to a Beyonce concert.
the
I'm not a
camera.
Beyonce
I love
fan.
you.
Okay.
In Nashville,
You knew where they was at though.
fam. Look, I was on the floor too. Look, I'm not even a Beyonce fan on my soul.
Yes, you are.
No. I'm a Beyonce fan, but I'm not a stan.
You ain't in the
He not a part of the
I-
beehive.
I had to preface the story this way so y'all can understand where I'm going. Okay, as I was. So I was on the floor. She was dancing. Yeah. On my soul, a tear fell from my eye. That's how fire she is in concert. That's how she is, but I don't cry. I swear to God.
2 hours.
Oh, nigga, you cry.
Yeah.
You can cry, but look, you can
Like
cry.
that, but she's like that.
You were
bro.
impressed, though.
Like you see, like when you see her, bro, like that shit gonna take over, like all your macho, like all that. You feel me?
I feel like that about Whitney
All
Houston.
that shit. For sure.
Not
for
capping.
sure.
I heard Whitney Houston sing as a child, and I remember that was the first time I ever felt what a goosebump
Goosebumps.
was.
Did y'all
And I
see
remember
that
looking at my arm like, what the fuck is going on? And all my shit was to the roof, and she was singing, and I was, I probably was. I probably had some tingling in my sweat. I didn't know what it was.
Bro, Beyonce like that, bro.
You can.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Beyonce is like
something
that, bro.
angelic
She was
about that.
called the voice
Yeah.
for a reason.
Yeah.
Her voice is so powerful.
No, it is.
But like
that
looking
thing
back at
anointed.
Whitney's performance, I
Child.
think
She pray over her voice.
rest in peace to Whitney. But I feel like if she were still alive and could perform to the caliber of where Beyonce is performing, shit.
Whitney, and the thing is, Whitney would put that work in.
Them some motherfucking yeah.
Whitney would put that work in. That's the
It
shit.
would
though.
be.
It would definitely be night and day.
Perform before Whitney.
Because it's more of a performance.
Not
I see what
only
you're saying.
that,
Because Beyonce is an entertainer.
Not only that,
But I
but
like
the physical
Whitney more.
appearance. Not saying that Whitney's not an attractive
If I'm going to
woman.
a concert,
Yeah.
if I'm going to watch somebody,
Yeah.
I want to see
Beyonce.
Can I say this though?
Yeah,
I say this
I want
though.
to see Chris Brown before I see
Beyonce giving you a stand-up concert. I want a sit-down concert because I'm old. I like smooth music. I like to sit down and enjoy myself. I'll go see a nigga like Maxwell because I can sit down, have some fucking drink, and I can listen to a nigga perform this shit. Y'all be turning up, wet and
You
sweating
gonna go
shit.
to an arena and watch Maxwell?
No, I want to go
okay.
sit
I thought
down
that's
at a.
Well, he
at a-
said
you know
that
what
was
I'm
the-
saying? I'd rather
that's
go
got the
to.
vibe he's on.
I'd rather go to a small show.
Something intimate.
Yeah, But that's my preference exactly. So I know what you're saying. I like jazz festivals and shit.
And that's for me.
At the casino, nigga. Yeah.
For me, like as far as like female vocalists,
Yeah.
Anita Baker.
Anita Baker Cole.
Anita Baker Cole.
yeah.
Oh my God.
She was in Vegas when we was in Vegas.
Yeah, she was. Niggas almost broke the bank to go see Anita Baker. Nigga.
We did.
I had a when I was in the military, I had a supervisor. He like I was cleaning the first class berthing. Anybody who's in the military know what the fuck that is.
First class berthing.
Cleaning the first class berthing.
Yeah,
and like I was playing Anita Baker off my shit. And like one of them, and I did not know this motherfucker was in here. I was playing Anita Baker, and I came around the corner. Next thing I know, I see this motherfucker doing twirls. Anita Baker, and he pirouette.
That's that soul. That's that soul, boy.
You see what I'm saying? Look,
Shit get you.
yeah, bro. So for me, Anita Baker.
That's a vibe. She's
Every
a
time.
vibe.
Every time.
He said, what? Hey, the nigga, the thug over here with the chains and the braids on saying, what?
You feel me?
Hey,
You say Anita Baker, so my thing is, what is a current artist, R&B artist, female, who has that same soul? Like it's never gonna be same.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Jasmine Sullivan. Oh,
Would
D.
say Jasmine.
When she
No.
sings,
Tim's is still fresh in the waters. Ari,
She's smooth.
She for the home team. She for the home team, so I'm always gonna go
How y'all gonna
Ari.
shoot down Tim?
For the
No,
soul.
we're not shooting her down. She's so
Tim's
fresh.
coming up.
She's still.
She's a vibe too. Tim's
You
is a
gotta
vibe
plant the
too.
fucking seed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You, gotta
You
let the
said
bitch
who's
grow.
out now, right?
I'm saying
she's
like,
talking about somebody that's bloomed.
yeah, that's
Tim's is still.
Tim's is booming.
She's trying to bud.
yeah. She
Tim's got me out of
she's
depression.
at the,
Budding
she's
right
at the
now.
surface of the soil and she's about to fucking blossom.
Yeah,
you know
she's
what I'm saying. So
budding.
you gotta
Y'all
give her
music lovers,
time.
though,
Don't
y'all
try
know.
to
This is a fact.
birth something prematurely.
I'm just talking about her talent.
Yeah, she has
like,
great
I'm not talking about
talent.
No,
Not only
her
that,
talent is in question.
Because we
Yeah, right, it
said
don't.
soul
Not
and,
only-
and feeling it.
But
It don't
somebody
matter how
that's
long you
there.
been doing it. I
Nigga.
feel soul and I feel
all
it.
you do is
Nigga, all I'm saying is not only does she
okay.
have the soul and she has the sound that people want to hear, she's also Caribbean. So
Right.
like that plays a big factor with people.
exposure.
You know what I'm saying? People like, oh damn, a
She's actually
Caribbean.
African.
It doesn't matter. She's not from America. She doesn't have American roots. None of us do.
I'm just saying it's different.
But all I'm
actually from the
saying is she
Congo.
has a twang. She has texture to her voice. She has texture to her voice. So people hear that, especially people from Africa. They ain't used to hearing motherfuckers from Africa
Smooth,
fucking
yeah.
smooth
Like that,
and
yeah.
R&B. They want to
Yeah.
hear. I ain't gonna do it. 'Cause y'all-
Remember those days.
I don't know if I can say this name. I don't know if I can say this name.
You know what I'm saying?
Ignorant.
Hold on, I can say this name too. Erica Badu. Erica Badu.
that's baby mama.
Yeah, she got a
She's
part.
from
She
back
got
in
a
the
she got a
day,
part of the
though.
song where she say, "Y'all feel that?"
Look,
Yeah,
she
let's
said
do it. Just go get your shea butter.
Right.
Go get your shea butter.
Look, cheese
For the
in
moisture.
bread.
Not supposed to be like, who
You
the
feel
fuck
me?
singing that? She the Pied Piper of niggas. I'm gonna tell you right now.
No, look, Erica
We on the
Badu
way.
is Janae Aiko is the pussy fairy. Erica Badu is the
I
pussy
want to
witch.
say,
She got some smooth.
Speaking
Not the pussy witch.
Can we speak
Pussy
on?
magic.
Wait. One person.
Can we speak on Janae real quick?
Yes.
Janae finna have another baby.
Is she for real?
She finna have another baby by Big Sean.
It ain't mine.
And I love
It's
it.
twice.
And I,
Damn.
Janae, it's crazy because people be saying you a Janae type of bitch because I be calm all the time.
Yeah.
What a monster.
I be calm. But Janae's about to have another baby. Not only is Janae about to have another baby, her father is about to have a baby. And he is 77 years old.
Hey, shout out. Hey, can we get a
And
pause
he's
for Pops,
having
man?
a son.
Shout out to Pops.
He's having a son. And all I'm going to say about the situation is don't stop having them churn. So God tell you done having them churn. They're going to be taken care of.
I'm still swimming at 77, man.
I don't know if you pro bitch.
Speaking of cheering, Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon.
Slide,
Baby. I don't know if
slippity
y'all
slide.
heard what happened with Nick Cannon.
What'd he
But
say?
Nick Cannon said, ain't nobody got no type of love that make him want to spin the block besides Mariah Carey. And all I want to know is she be
I don't even
singing
think it's about
them
pussy.
high
He
notes.
done had all
What
type
you
of
mean?
Let me tell you something.
I don't think it's about
Let me tell you
pussy.
something. I've been my whole life a man. All right.
Hey, man.
And I've been a grown ass man for a while too. It's definitely because of some coochie.
No, it's not.
It ain't all
think so.
coochie. Time out.
I don't
Because they
think
both
so.
rich now.
I don't
They
think so.
both
Why does it
rich.
have to be all
So it ain't no
I got a
monetary.
rebuttal. Go ahead. I got a
I don't
rebuttal.
believe
Now
it.
think about this.
That nigga
Every
done had sex
female,
with every
I
type
I
of
get that.
female.
Every female you was madly in love with.
Yeah.
Well, Mariah
Everyone. It has
Exactly.
sex. It has sex in it. You ain't never been in love with nobody with whack pussy. Name it.
That's because
I loved her. Is that the same thing?
No, yes,
Well, I loved her, but my point is this: I think you're wrong about.
yes,
I think you're wrong about the Nick Cannon thing.
Incorrect.
Yeah, because I feel like when it comes to people
First
like
of all,
Nick
fuck
Cannon,
y'all.
Nick Cannon has had every type of pussy
No
you can
facts.
think of.
All
And I'm not
shapes,
trying to be on the man
sizes,
jock or nothing like that, but come on, man, let's not be
ethnicity.
stupid.
But good pussy is a diamond dust. Stop y'all niggas acting
Well,
like
all I'm
these bitches
saying
running around
is,
with
all
that
I'm
pussy.
saying is, physically, we see what she look like. She don't even look better than some of them damn
I get
out
it.
girls.
And
Let's
that
be
must
honest. You know what I'm
mean
saying? Not
that
saying
coochie
she
is
ain't
crazy.
pretty because she
She
is,
was
but let's
just
not be
loving
stupid.
him better.
It's the status.
that's
It's
what-
the status. It's the status.
It's the way she made him feel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
when you got
love.
$1 billion in your bank
because
I
account,
don't even think
everything
it's
feel
about the
good.
money.
It
That
gotta
nigga
be.
got money too.
It gotta be because we can't sit here and say we can't justify
So
saying
you
that
think
he's had
he
every type
wanted
of
to be with
pussy
her because
and not been
of
with
her
every
money?
type of woman.
The
My
thing-
point is he's been with all those women we claim he been with. That means he been with good women too. That means every woman he slept with wasn't no hood rat. That
No,
means he
facts.
been with some good
Facts.
women who wanted to take care
That
of him
man
and treat him like a
said
king.
facts.
But they worked at Foot Locker. So my point is, if the motherfucker who worked at Foot Locker could act like Mariah Carey, he gonna choose Mariah Carey. And that's
Exactly,
why his
because
ass
he
wanna go
said
back.
he has never had a love like Mariah
You ever
Carey.
had rich love? It hit different.
It's not. I don't.
I ain't never had
And
rich
that's
love.
where the
I'm trying to see what
conditions
that
come
be like.
in. That's where the conditions come in.
I done had well off love.
No, that's where the conditions
good
come
love.
in.
Established.
Because you could be broke.
Yo,
Go ahead, Vaughn.
Go ahead.
You could be broke the fuck out. And like I said, you sitting here saying, have you ever had rich love? A nigga could be rich and proclaim and show that he love you, but ultimately he don't.
Then it ain't rich love.
He can like not show. He
What
can say
if you said you want to climb the Cadillac or
no,
Ferrari?
because
To play
no,
Rolex, not Future.
no, because my thing is, when I love somebody, I'm not attaching no type of conditions to it.
No.
Feel that?
Because
Talk to
why?
them. Talk to
That's
them.
not love.
Why? That's not love. Because you love it. Anybody when they have it, when they don't have it, when they fucking lost
I
it,
feel that.
and all of that.
Facts.
That's agape. We gonna go back to last week.
If we
I
talking
speak on
about
this
it.
every fucking week about agape love. You don't attach any conditions to the love that you have for somebody.
It's not
And
genuine.
it's not genuine. Because if the moment that fucking money gets stripped away, and that's why you
That's a
love that
condition.
fucking
But-
person,
but-
It's a
you're
condition.
fucking gone.
Can we talk
It's
about
conditional.
relationships in 2022? Sometimes it's about getting a job. It's a position that's available.
Because that's what the fuck
Listen,
society.
it's some
That's
real
what
shit.
society
Let's
tell
talk
you
about
should
some real
do.
shit.
But if you go back to the roots of love, you go back to God. God gonna love you regardless.
Facts.
Okay.
You can be out here
Nick
fucking
Cannon ain't
screaming.
God.
You gotta be
Nick
a
Cannon
screaming
got status.
crackhead. You can be a screaming crackhead outside of fucking in the cut. But guess what? God still fucking love you. So all I'm saying is, don't attach condition. Yes. I'm serious
No,
about
because I'm
this
being serious.
because I done loved the nigga when he went through.
You making it personal, and all I'm saying is
I don't
this.
mind doing it. I never mind opening the suitcase. All I'm saying is you can't sit here and say, "Oh, I only love you when everything is golden."
I'm agreeing with you. All I'm saying is look at the logistics of it. Like I said, we can't be fair and say he slept with all these women, but he didn't
That
experience
nigga-
them either. So my point is, the competition is stiff. You
Yeah,
know
I'ma
what I'm
keep it
saying?
a bean.
He met a woman that could treat him like she treat him emotionally and make him feel like she mother felt emotionally. But if you're looking at a job interview, if me and you got the same qualities, right?
Yes.
But it's something I have that you don't have. I might have one thing, right? It might just be that one thing to put you over the top.
Can I say something?
So she
you feel
got
like
a
it's
lot
the
of them
bag?
things.
Can I say
I
something?
know it's the bag.
Can I say something?
I don't
The
agree.
status and the bag.
I
Because
don't
we were
agree.
just talking about the GOAT of women, and she was second in the conversation. Think about it. We
I
just
say
had a
something?
conversation about her.
Can I say something?
I don't agree. Go ahead, Joey.
Cause I know when I said pussy, y'all made me feel like I was shallow or some shit.
You are. But go ahead.
I'm not shallow.
I'm just joking.
But my thing is, you can't negate that part. Cause just like
It's a part of
just like somebody's lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, make you love them. Plus the way they treat you, sex is the same way. Like I'm in love with my fiance not only because of her coochie, cause that's the only reason we wouldn't be fucking together. You know what I'm saying? It's the other shit she do.
Right.
So and that's
but we can't be fair and say, like,
it's
women-
a good connection.
Women like messing with
shit.
niggas that got a little bit of
It's a
power.
resume.
Yeah.
Women like a man that kind of got a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, a little power about him, a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? She don't want to mess with no lame niggas. She
Only
wanna mess
women
with
fall
niggas.
in love with niggas with weak meat.
But what I'm saying is, she might have everything he need and then some is all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? She kind of cheating with her status. Her status gonna always put her ahead of all them. If you was with Martin Luther King, why you think she never remarried?
Don't point
Who
at
you
me.
gonna marry after Martin Luther King? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
There's no woman he can be with other than Whitney Houston and Beyonce. clearly, when we talking about the GOATs, right? Who he gonna be with that's gonna compare to fucking Mariah Carey? Why do you think they still
Janet Jackson?
they crack into that could
That's
work.
possible.
Janet Jackson might be it.
That's possible.
People might have, because the streets gonna be like, yeah, you might have hit it with that one. Yeah.
With the tapping what you were saying, like I feel like even with him having all this sex with all these different women and shit,
Yeah.
maybe he didn't experience these women. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Experiencing sex with somebody is not the same as experiencing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You could be fucking somebody and laying next to him for years and not know who the fuck you dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So like he could have been out there and just been slaying coochie, this, that, and the third with Wham, and never really felt that type of connection type shit like what he had with Mariah. You feel me? And I feel like
agree.
that more so is why. Like, is the coochie
This
probably
nigga just got
fire?
engaged.
Look, is it who?
Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why the question
But
came
that's
up.
because
that's probably it.
Mariah she don't want to go back with him. But it just was a topic of discussion.
Because she can come up from him. Let's talk about
She
it.
don't have to go back to Nick Cannon, and I don't feel like she wanted to go back to Nick Cannon. I agree with what you are saying. I 100% agree. Go ahead.
If he was about to propose, why would you answer that question? Imagine now, I just proposed a couple weeks
Nick
ago.
Cannon don't be
Nick
holding
Cannon
back,
do
man.
not care.
Listen, I hate
Nick
to say this
Cannon
out loud.
just
I think
had
something
2
wrong with Nick
babies,
Cannon.
3 in the past
I think
year.
Y'all would have been tripping if
Listen.
before I proposed, I'd be like, you know who I really would get back with?
Listen though,
Yeah,
the
because
kind
it's
of-
you though.
But listen, you gotta look at this man's number one. You gotta look at this man's track record.
Yeah, Christina
Not only his track record, but the type of women that he has lately been getting pregnant. So he has had 3 children
With some birds.
in the span of.
Some pretty birds.
They are some pretty birds.
Pretty bird. He got the money.
But in the span of a
There's some pretty
year.
ass birds.
In the span of a year. In the span of a year.
Yeah.
And so ultimately, these women who that are allowing him to nut and ejaculate in
Jesus
them.
Christ,
do not. I mean, let's keep it funky. They don't care.
But
So
a lot of
him
bitches don't
proposing has nothing to do with anything because you see that where his track record is right now. He's with these women that go
With
for
these
whatever.
birds.
They're going for whatever ultimately. And so my thing is, I agree with what you're saying as far as the Mariah situation. I really feel like it was more so.
Love is a motherfucker. Real
It
love.
is. I
Genuine
feel like
love,
a nigga that got the bag.
healthy
Nick got the
love.
bag. He just low key about it.
He got a bag.
That nigga got the bag.
He got a
He got the
bag.
bag.
I ain't
He
gonna hate
got
on that.
the bag.
Mariah Carey
Nickelodeon though.
got a
He
bag.
has a
Nickelodeon, bro.
Nickelodeon bag.
Listen to what I'm finna tell y'all right
That's
now.
why
Get
I
on your
bag.
phone if you think I'm capping. Get on your phone.
He
if
has
you
an
think I'm
MTV
capping.
bag and Nickelodeon
My
bag. He
thing
just
is-
opened the
not-
Wild
I ain't-
Out here. Like that
What's
nigga got
Mariah
that
Carey?
nigga
He got
got
the
the bag.
He got the money. I ain't
That's
gonna
what I'm
lie to
saying.
you.
So for a nigga
Mariah
that
got the
has
bag,
the
though.
bag, he don't have to run it back with a
Mariah
bitch that
Carey
got
net worth
money.
is $500 million.
I know she got the
My
bag too.
thing is though,
What's
cause
Nick
like
Cannon's net worth?
He over.
And 99% of the time, those
60 million.
my thing is this though,
500 million.
She get Christmas songs every year.
and that's the whole
Well, she
shit.
has royalties.
No, she make them royalties. Look,
she has her royalties.
look.
The
In
royalties.
the springtime during wedding season and Christmas time, Mariah Carey running it up.
All I want for Christmas is you. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't even her song.
It ain't got to be.
That ain't even her song.
It is now, right?
That's
It
what
is
you gonna do
now.
better.
Vaughn, what happened to Kevin Gates, man? I heard he said
Fuck
something.
Kevin Gates.
motherfucker.
Oh my God! Tell us what happened with Kevin Gates.
I mean, we know back a few years ago, Kevin Gates spoke on, I don't want to say a few because it's been almost a decade, but he spoke on, having relations with his cousin. And it has resurfaced again. And basically he said, kind of more so like his grandmother told him as they were 3 months in.
Wow.
And he kind of like looked at his grandma like, I'm going to keep doing it. I don't get tired. So I don't get tired got a whole different meaning now, y'all. So don't use it. But he proudly said it. Like, where's the clip? Can we get the clip?
I don't even know if we got the clip out.
We gotta get the clip. We gotta get the clip of Kevin Gates.
That's the first time I ate a little booty.
I'm gonna just play the audio. You want me to play the audio?
I don't even like my cousins.
Y'all don't even need to see that
like my
nigga.
cousins.
Y'all don't even need to see that nigga face.
You know what the weirdest shit about that is? We was talking about celebrities. We was like like a couple of weeks ago. We was asking everybody like, who's the celebrity you don't like and don't know why?
Okay, so I'm
and
just.
two people said Kevin Gates
I
out
said
of
it.
nowhere.
I said it and Joey said it.
Then 3 then.
It was 3 because I said it too.
I'm bored.
So my thing was,
I'm bored.
I'm gonna just play. Can I play the
something about
audio
that
of the
fella,
clip
that
here?
shit.
Okay, y'all listen up now.
Okay, play it.
For the smoke?
I don't want no smoke, but I ain't turning nothing down.
Did you really fuck your cousin?
He pulled me to the side and said, baby, that's your cousin.
His grandma.
Stop.
What? Like, is you really like that, or you just?
I want to stick my whole tongue in this bitch ass. I want to fuck her ass, hold my mouth, stick my whole tongue in, then I twirl the bitch.
Wait a minute, it's not over, y'all.
Got a big,
I hope so.
tongue.
Can I see your tongue?
When? No. Hey, you lick her feet, I'm about to feed her dick.
Ooh.
We about to make her tap in this bitch.
Ooh.
Y'all, he was.
Come on, bitch, bend over. Hey, stand up on your toes. Hey, like
Nigga trying to write a song on his podcast.
through your nose.
Oh my God.
About his cousin.
I'm speechless.
Where's he from?
He from Louisiana.
The South. The South.
He from Louisiana.
He's out there in that bed with a weed
And I read an article earlier today. And basically he said, trying to defend himself.
And I
Lowest of the keys, not low, because like what the fuck. And he was like, I'm saying it for everybody that can't say it.
They hate what?
They can't say what?
They will fuck their cousin. Why?
Real life weird out here.
I'm sorry.
I don't even like my big cousins as
Wait. I'm gonna
people.
retract my words. No, he's saying so because he made some statement about Beyonce as well, and he said, "I'm saying that for everyone that cannot say it." And the interviewer asked, "Like, well, what do you mean?" And he's like, "Everyone that's incarcerated," and he tried to throw that jail court child, and was like, "That can't say what they thinking, but I'm gonna say it because I don't care."
I think that cousin shit more common than people be talking about though. Because when
In
you
the
be little
South.
kids in the South and shit, y'all be playing catch a girl, get a
Hey
girl.
man, first of all, fuck y'all.
Your cousin might be out there having
Nobody don't be fucking their cousins, not niggas.
Nah,
Kevin Gates is Kevin Gates not niggas?
Oh, actually,
That's not niggas, bro.
He has been denounced. We denounced this shit today.
That is not
You want to announce Kevin Gates?
Because you know in the black community, our cousins down there, our sisters and brothers.
And the thing is about this situation, he had said was he never seen her around. So when his grandmama came and said 3 months in, said that's your cousin, and he like, well, I ain't never seen her before. Like, we never grew up together. I never seen her around my
That baby
people.
gonna
Fuck
have
you.
3 feet.
Finna stop though.
That probably was his 5th cousin, but
God.
still your cousin.
That baby gonna
The
have
first
one eye and
I had a
3 feet, this
cousin.
motherfucker.
I had a cousin one time. I met my dad when I was 25 years old.
She was bad.
And no.
Tell him
And I was at my sister, make a long story short, said if you want to meet the family, come to our family union.
Yeah.
So I drove to Georgia. I get to the family reunion. They don't know I'm related to them. They just know I'm a new face at the family reunion. So bitches coming, not bitches, because some of these my cousins, shit, aunties.
I'm only calling you bitches because I don't know you by
Yeah, you know what I'm
name.
saying? I don't call bitches because I ain't know their name. And they were coming up to me and shit. And one of these bitches was really on the niggas. I'm like,
He did it again. Yeah.
and my sister come up like, yeah, this your cousin, such, and your sister, I like. I left it alone though, cause that's weird. Cause to me, as soon as you say you my cousin, everything I could have thought.
Yeah,
goes away.
It gotta go. Yeah,
It goes away. Cause now you my cousin.
leave.
My cousin, she had a little while to get away from it. She didn't want to leave it alone. Well, we good now.
Have y'all ever been to like a really big family reunion though?
What?
Yes.
What? No, she got no slaughter.
What?
Dabbler.
What did you dabble in some incest, my G? What's happening? The dabbler strikes again. What happened? Tell us a story. What's it? So you didn't know he was your cousin?
Obviously not.
He knew.
Okay.
He didn't know. We were both young.
Okay.
And
How young?
to be,
It's like, no, I'm kidding. No, don't answer.
we're extremely young.
That matters.
Y'all were 10.
Niggas was 27.
Stop, that's OD.
We was only 27 and shit.
No, we were
do
young.
it.
We were in like middle school.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That don't count.
But
So y'all got to ride to each other's house.
we was kissing him and stuff. And I say we, because me and my cousin was. We
Y'all
used
was
to have,
tag teaming that nigga.
We had like a triangle.
Y'all had a family threesome.
I can't believe I'm saying this on air. My cousin about to go beat my ass.
You ain't say her name? Tamika? Like Tamika? No.
Shout out to my cousin. No, but we was like sharing him. And then we found out.
Wild in that family.
We used to
look, grown as hell.
Category.
They have taken Loose as a Goose. They have taken Loose as a Goose by Boosie. Too far. Don't get them started.
Bella, finish the story. Go ahead. Sorry. This be mature, guys.
Okay. So we didn't know he was our family because, we don't know a lot of our family members.
Yeah.
Like that's like your second cousin or that's your aunties.
Y'all be knowing y'all daddies and shit?
I ain't know my daddy.
She her daddy now.
It's not my dad's side of the family. It's my mom's side. So
Damn.
I don't know. It's my mother's side of the family. But so I didn't know he was my cousin until it was too late. We had been kissing him and everything. And
all right, at least
then we found out.
So y'all just kept doing it.
No. After, so we didn't find out until he had moved away.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
then
good.
we
That's good.
found out when we was not dealing with him no more.
Y'all was kind of asking where he at, huh?
So y'all could have grew up fucking
Your
that
auntie
nigga.
house where he lived with his mama.
I stay by grandma now, though.
Listen, that was the time, but
I'm just thinking, you was at a different level of freaky. Because you know how freaky you gotta be to share a bit with your cousin. Like, I can't share no bit with my cousin.
we would like sit on a step and she would kiss him, and then he would turn and he would kiss me.
Y'all was molesting that boy. Was he younger than y'all? It sound like y'all was molesting that boy.
He knew y'all was his cousin.
Now look, that's how much
He
older.
was older than us. I want to say we were in middle school. If I'm
That's a little old, to be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it
We
being.
might have been like, I'm trying to think. I lived in Pittsburgh at the
She
time.
said she
so
erased that memory.
He knew
we
y'all
might
was
have been
cousins.
like 12, 13.
Okay, yeah, that's young.
Yeah, he knew y'all were cousins.
He was like 14,
He
15.
definitely knew y'all were cousins. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck.
He was watching Springer. He was a Jerry Springer.
Shut up.
Incest threesome is now on your new
Oh,
category.
I'm glad you ain't had no kids. Cause your kids would have
Don't
came
get your
outside like
ass
Buddha
on
ball.
Pornhub looking for
Hey, you know what
incest.
though? Hey, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy though. It's funny you admit that. I know we laughing at it, but that shit way more common than people be talking about.
yes,
Like
it
people
is.
kiss, like when you
People
learn
be
how to
kissing their
kiss,
cousins
and people be like
and
in the
hunch
South,
you?
hunch, like all that
You be hunching
bullshit.
your cousin.
That shit in the
I'm
South, bro. That
Don't
shit in
play
the
me,
South.
bitch ass nigga. I ain't never heard this.
Nigga, I need no This nigga adopted. It don't count, man.
Now my cousin friends, when they used to come around, my cousin had a friend with titties. She's the first girl. She was the first girl I ever seen with titties.
Okay.
But she was really just fat.
My God.
But she was a girl.
This nigga
and it
was sucking fat.
I remember one time.
It's salty. It's salty in here.
No body shaming.
It's salty.
No,
Right.
That's wrong.
No,
Stop
y'all
body
body
shaming the
shaming.
churn. Y'all body shaming the churn
Right.
now.
Cut it out.
that was the first pair of titties I ever got to suck. I was like 9 years old, sucking big girl titties.
That was baby fat, child. She be alright.
She
Everything's
gonna say
fine.
nobody say, but then say the girl had baby fat and tell you
I
like.
said it.
Everybody got baby fat.
She said she had cradle cap, nigga. Hey, look. Hey, it's funny you said that
I'm
because
crying because I'm not lying.
when
I'm
I was
dead
in middle
ass.
school, I sucked my first titty, and it was this girl, my girlfriend. And back in the day, you had to actually call somebody at home. You couldn't do none of that cell phone shit, so we had to coordinate our meeting. Right? She walked. First of all, like a mile and a half in the heat. So when she got
Just
there,
to get her titties
my
sucked.
baby was a little musty. I'ma say it. You know what I'm saying? We was kids though, so my baby was a little musty. You know what I'm saying? But I was
He
like,
remember
yo, I
that
seen,
shit.
right? No cap. I was like,
That shit fucked him
I'm
up.
gonna get to second base. I'm gonna suck me a titty today. You know what I'm saying? I had my mind made up. I got hyped for it. So I did it, and it was mad salty, son. And I was like, damn, this is
Should've
how
baby
they
wiped that
taste. In
motherfucker.
my mind, I just thought that's
This how they taste.
So when I was talking to my partners one day, they like, yeah, man, I was like, yeah, I did that too, nigga. And they was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, it tastes like salt, right? They was like, what, nigga? No, mine didn't taste. No, and they was like, nah, nigga, you was
your
sucking
boys. Nigga, was your bitch dirty?
Nigga was like, was she dirty? I'm like, no, my
Did
girl ain't
she-
dirty. Like, I'm trying to
did
protect
she
her heart.
bathe?
I'm protecting her brand, nigga. Like,
you
no,
protecting
nigga.
her honor?
Hey, that's why I used to do like kissing bitches that eat hot Cheetos and that little crumbs on their teeth. You tongue kissing a bitch and rub your tongue on their teeth, and you a number old ass motherfucking chips that I had since Bloody Rock.
What kind of bitches are y'all niggas fucking with?
We your kid.
You better suck them, bitch. You better suck them crumbs out your teeth. Fuck is wrong with you?
I remember the first time I got some ass.
Fuck it up.
What?
The first time I got some ass.
Congratulations.
It was a great moment. I was 18 when I lost my virginity.
Pretty good.
Damn,
and
held out.
I was getting ready to go on deployment. And the nigga
you had to break that shit
nigga
loose.
That nigga said, you want to die a virgin? I said, hell no.
No fucking Marines, bro.
And the bitch, I didn't even know what to do.
Where we going?
No, it was my girlfriend.
Oh wow.
At the time. And
Because he's a fiance now.
yeah.
I got you, girl. Don't worry about it.
For the time.
I was gonna say not for life.
Yeah, not for life.
Your
though.
husband.
And she was like, go get the condom.
What?
I was like,
Dang, she was
ready.
You look like Pete Davidson, nigga. Like,
I said, hell yeah.
Speaking of,
So I was like, what's next? She like, put it on. I don't know how to do that.
you put it on backwards?
No, she put it on for me.
No, you put it on backwards.
Yeah, I was dating a freak. Like she been there before. And you said what kind?
That was
No,
the first time
she just knew she was doing.
she was experienced.
Yeah, she just knew more than what like you look again,
At the
bro.
time, it was a freak for him.
Yeah.
Because he ain't had none. So
Yeah, she was like 19.
Okay.
To me, she was a freak because she was the first girl that like sucked dick that I do. Cause you know when we were kids, you tell a girl to suck your dick, that might be a fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't sucking no dick. Now look at you. Look at you.
Tell your mama this.
Look at you sucking dick like all over the place. But like now she was the first girl. You be like, can I get some head? She be like, yeah.
Oh, so it was the first time you had like a conversation that was like, hey, actually, could you?
She might have been. She dated a white girl before.
Did you look like you getting me to a point?
No, she was from the Virgin Islands.
Oh, okay.
I ain't started fucking. Yeah. She was on my day talking about, I remember those days with you.
Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian.
Oh, Rob. Did you see the video of Kim Kardashian?
I did.
What happened?
Sit your ass up, nigga.
He gonna play it for the. He gonna play it for the viewers.
He too comfortable. Kick back.
What happened?
Not kick back. No.
You gonna play the video?
Got you right here.
Hey.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at
Hey, that man going around.
They was coming back in the house
It
somewhere.
looked like she was about to change for like a fashion show or something.
Yeah.
And so she was about to change like her into another outfit for the show, maybe to walk or something. So she asked Pete real fast if he wanted to go into the shower with her. And bro was
He know what that mean.
Conversation, tossed his phone and gallop.
This nigga did
Pussy got him in a shamble, baby.
That was a gallop.
I just want to say, bro.
Legitimately.
She did that for Kanye.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you, but if your girl tell you to come on
That was a clip,
and take a shower, ain't you gonna go?
I mean, yeah.
They was in the house together.
Like,
Absolutely.
So I don't see nothing taboo about how he rap. You remember when we was in Vegas and Marissa was like, babe, I want to go back to the hotel room. I like,
You know what that means.
we in here chilling. I want to go back to the room.
Nah, don't act like you just got up out of there.
I was high, okay? I
you
didn't know what
was-
she wanted.
She was gonna beat your
I didn't know
ass.
what she wanted. She did have to break it down real remedial for me in the
For
moment.
those who don't know, they got engaged like 2 weeks ago. So whatever happened in Vegas didn't stay in Vegas.
Did not.
I brought it home.
You brought it home.
What was
She
you
was
saying
gonna
about it, big
get
dog?
proposed to anyway.
What was you saying about it?
I was gonna say, first things first. Pete Davidson is a ghoul. He walks like a ghoul. He ran like a ghoul in that clip.
Nigga, a ghoul.
I don't know what the fuck my
What's a
nigga was
ghoul?
on.
Like
a specter, a spook,
the
a
ghouls and
fucking
goblins. You
like
never
a
seen
gargoyle.
it.
the things that go bump in the night. Fuck.
You looking at?
Fucking.
Yeah,
You feel me?
nigga is a reptile.
Look,
Y'all
like,
are wrong.
he's ghastly. Fuck.
But that's what we was talking about earlier. Sometimes that looks and all
It
that
don't
other physical
matter.
shit don't be matter.
And
Like,
they said he got.
What they say?
They said he
Damn.
packaged.
Y'all
That's
aggressive.
what she
Listen,
said.
relax. Relax.
Hanging.
but-
She said he got
All
some
you gotta do is be funny with a big ass meat.
Hey, but on some real shit, I will say this. I don't pay attention to all that shit, but when I do see her now, she genuinely does seem happy. And I ain't want to wish no bad on nobody. I don't know about her and Kanye. I don't know what all they got to do with anything.
Is she
I feel like
happy
with
'cause she got
Kanye
him
West,
to the point
if you
where she
ask
got
me,
him?
Fuck Ray J.
if you
But
ask
is
me
she happy to?
who Kanye would be happy with, I would tell you
Same.
nobody. Because when I see Kanye West, he doesn't always seem like he's happy being as much money as he got and all that shit.
He's
Sometimes
not
he just don't
happy.
look like he happy. Right.
He's not.
So it ain't nobody I can see him with that would make him happy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like maybe she is more of a winner in this situation than we know. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
His mama.
And I feel like,
unfortunately,
if you seen that documentary, you know what I'm saying.
can I say something?
Yeah.
I feel like we know the Kardashians, and we know the reputation they hold, and everything that comes with it. So it's like, is it like, okay, is she happy genuinely, or is she happy because, okay, I got Kanye where I wanted him, right? And I'm about to do the same thing to this nigga if he don't move fast enough.
Not her playing the long game. Because they really do move like that.
You know what I'm saying? They move very sticky.
I think that in this situation,
we don't know.
I'm gonna say this. I think it might last longer than all the other ones because first things first, let's acknowledge that she's older. And if anybody in this room that's getting older, it can feel yourself getting older. Sometimes your tolerance for shit changes. You know what I'm saying?
He's also white.
You more likely to stay into some shit.
He's also white.
I get that too. And she was with a white man when she was with the basketball boy, and they was married.
He wasn't white. Chris Humphries is not.
His name is Christopher Humphries. You're not gonna tell me otherwise.
He's biracial.
He was bi white. So I'm saying.
First of all, don't do that because now in this situation he's bi white. But then most people like, you got a 10% black, you a nigga. Like, okay, which one is it? Is he black or is he white?
Did you ever see him?
I've seen him.
Ain't nothing black about that man.
He was like,
not even a look. Don't do it, guys. With the
He didn't play basketball that long.
That nigga name was
really
Winthorpe about this motherfucker. He played basketball like a white dude. Keep it a big.
He played for what, like 5 years?
Fundamentals underneath. We're gonna pass the ball.
What's that one dude that nobody knows if he?
Nobody
We don't know him.
knows.
What's his name?
What?
He always posting everything about us.
Oh, you talking about
What's his name?
Oh, damn,
Sean King. Sean King.
Oh yeah.
Sean King black.
He black.
He's black.
Sean,
Sean King black.
Look how he spelled his name as Sean.
Hey, hold on.
That nigga ain't black.
Sean King is black. Chris Humphries is not.
Exactly.
I don't know if he is.
If we're saying Sean King is black, then Chris Humphries is black. Because they look the same.
That's just like saying.
Chris Humphries ain't black.
That's like saying Sam Whiteout is
Okay,
black.
but by y'all logic, it won't
His
work.
daddy was black.
Let me say this, but by y'all logic,
Sean King's daddy was black.
but by y'all logic, it won't work because he's white, right? But all the black men she with, when you think about it, she ain't with none of them. So it didn't work.
Wait,
So
you're-
by your logic, maybe it might work this time because he is white. Maybe she found her home, nigga. I don't know. Like,
that could be a potential.
To be fair,
she's super white, nigga.
She is
That's
white.
not OJ's daughter. Wrong sister. Wrong sister. That's not OJ's daughter.
No.
They are white.
Chloe stuck with that bum ass nigga, so we know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she probably
I wish
does
she
it
would go
without
back to
saying it.
Lamar, but anyway.
Damn, you like Lamar?
No, I don't want her to go
Real
back to
shit
Lamar.
though. You like Lamar over Tristan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I had to choose between the two, I would choose
choosing
Lamar.
The
Lamar.
crackhead or the cheater?
Yeah.
But who drove him to be a crackhead?
Bro, Lamar was cheating
No,
and he
you
was
have to
doing.
take accountability. No, he has to take, he's a grown ass man.
He did have a problem.
But he definitely has a problem. He had a problem before her, during her, after her.
He overdosed in the
But
Bunny Ranch.
What?
He overdosed in the Bunny Ranch.
She wasn't there.
Bro,
so
there's hella bitches around.
But that's what I'm saying. They always try to make it seem
The
like
white
it's
women
a,
are downfall.
It's a Chloe
Don't
problem.
do it. Don't do it.
Ultimately, if I had to choose between Tristan and Lamar, I would definitely choose.
Hey, crackhead love is different.
Why?
You ever see two crackheads?
You see Whitney and
He was
Bobby?
doing crack
Loyal.
and cheating. Tristan's just
They
cheating.
love without the crack.
A crackhead holds you
Tristan
down.
don't
They
give
hold
a
each other
fuck
the
about
fuck
her.
down.
You really think that man don't care?
Tristan don't give a
But
fuck
neither does
about
Lamar.
Chloe.
I'm about to defend
what
Tristan.
He no hell fucking
So
no.
what
he
you
not.
Lamar openly speaks about what
I'm
they went
about
through
to
and stuff.
defend-
First of all, Lamar Odom.
Bam.
No, let me finish.
Oh, my
Let me
God.
say what I gotta say.
Misunderstood.
Be
No,
quiet,
'cause y'all
Joey.
love
Be
lip
quiet.
service.
Be quiet. Here's the thing. When you could genuinely see when I seen they were together that I felt like he cared for her. Number one. Number two, that nigga had a drug addiction through his whole marriage with her. Him cheating on her while he was on drugs, yeah, he fucked up. He cheated on her though. He wasn't continuously having come out here and be
But
quiet.
what if my
Be
only
quiet.
addiction is
But-
pussy?
Sex
Then
addict.
leave,
That's only
my
one
nigga.
addiction.
But that's like
addicted to
Kevin
crack,
Gates. He's
and
addicted
he
to
was
sex.
cheating.
No, he wasn't addicted to cheating though.
He was.
How do you know
He was
that?
not addicted to cheating.
So you excusing his crackhead cheating because he was cracked out.
Exactly.
No.
One addiction ain't harder than another one.
What I'm saying is there's some things
don't
that
know,
you
but I think it
do
would.
when you are under the influence of under the influence, or if you have a mental illness or you're going through stuff. There's other things when you are perfectly sober, perfectly sane,
Sex
and you're
addiction.
cheating on your not just one.
He said he had a sex addiction.
Be quiet. I don't give a bro.
So you
that's
grandma
a
is
fucking
still
cop out.
I'm gonna
I
jot
don't
down
care
this
about no
as a
sex
list of
addiction.
excuses to
Nigga,
tell
that's a
my
cop
woman.
out. I don't care about that. It is a cop out.
So you can't have sex addictions?
You can have what you want, just without me. Why the fuck are you here?
But he can have crack.
He can have a crack addiction.
That is a substance. He's a substance abuse.
What is pussy? Pussy in a substance?
Get the fuck
This
out of
nigga
here.
done stole everything at your motherfucking house.
No PCR.
Nigga took the radio out the car and all that.
I don't agree.
Your TVs ain't got no buttons on it.
Tristan came out and said he had a problem.
So he
said
needs
it.
to get help.
Then she
Go
can
get help. He knew
He do
first
get
of all-
help. There's other bitches.
No. He knew he had a problem when he was cheating on his first baby
Don't
mama.
fall to temptation.
And now you moved on to another woman and did the same shit to her while she was pregnant.
So you're gonna cheat when you're on crack. That's basically what
I
you're
didn't
saying.
say you can only know. That's
Look at
not
the
what I
pipe.
said. That's not what I
When
said.
in doubt,
What
look
I
at it from me. If I
said.
get caught cheating, I'm gonna do
What I
real
said.
fast on your ass.
What I said.
That wasn't me.
Baby, I was
That wasn't me.
I wasn't my natural self.
Baby, I'm gonna get better. I promise, baby.
I wasn't my natural
When I
self.
sick this shit, I'm gonna be right what
What
you
I
need.
said was, if I had to choose, if I was Chloe, if I had to choose, I would choose Lamar. That's all I said.
I feel you.
If there obviously there's other niggas, move the fuck on away from them. But if I had to choose between the two, he's the lesser of two evils to me.
Look,
that's my opinion.
He literally has two evils, though. Carry
I
on.
don't
No,
care.
carry on. I'm sorry.
That's how I feel.
Self-love, for sure.
No, look, I'm gonna say, look, it's
No,
giving
that's
depression.
100%. That's-
It's giving lack of self
Of
love.
course.
It's giving,
Everything about her. Yeah.
skewed self
That's
perception,
100%.
a skewed
I
self
agree.
body image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
Battered woman syndrome.
Battered.
I heard that before, but I never understood it.
She's been
Go
mentally
ahead.
battered.
Mentally abused.
Mentally abused.
Hold on, smart baby. My baby want to say something. Come here. Yeah, come here.
Battered woman syndrome.
You want to talk to me?
Smart babe, want to say
Smart
something?
baby want to say something. Hey.
So you want to know what?
Why y'all nasty?
But battered
They gonna make a baby in
syndrome
love.
is. So basically, it's a syndrome that comes from someone who's been stuck in a cycle of abuse. So exactly like you're saying, if someone does something that's hurtful and then they apologize and then they make up with it with either gifts or affection, and then they do the wrong thing again, and then they apologize and
They
they
make up with gifts.
and they make up with affection, they do it again, and then they're wrong, and then they love you. You get stuck in that. So just like you're saying with Chloe, you go through that shit to where it's like every relationship, if you don't experience that, then it's not love. It's not relationships. That's what them toxic bitches we be talking about. That's what them toxic girls
No
love.
facts.
Unless we're fussing and fighting, unless you're putting
They don't
your
want
hands
it.
on
They don't love me.
They don't
unless
want
you're arguing with me, you don't love me.
Right.
That's deep.
If you see someone who's never ever in a peaceful relationship, they're always arguing, always fighting, they probably got that.
That's deep. I
not
appreciate
only
that.
Oh,
battered
I'm giving
woman,
the bitches
that
dick. You gonna
goes
be in a
with
cycle of
everything.
dick.
That goes with everything though, like battered heart. You so used to being loved that way.
True.
And it's putting that turmoil and that pain and that trauma on your heart, and that's what you become accustomed to. Whereas like realizing, like Marissa said, like just realizing like self-love. I mean, it boils back down to that. I'm not worthy of that. I'm worthy of much better than. It
You
just
gotta love yourself.
We had a
first.
comment in the back. What was you saying back there?
No, I was going to read to you guys what this is. So, the true definition of battered woman syndrome is women who are victims of intimate partner violence have been identified by the mental health field for more than 30 years. It is understood that domestic violence is the part of gender violence and that many more women than men are the victims of physical, sexual, and psychological abuse. Even when women strike back or engage in mutual violence, it is usually the women who is most likely to be hurt both physically and emotionally.
Yeah.
Now that
So-
does not negate
Right.
the amount of men who are equally as abused.
Yeah.
and also
Facts.
can have
I was gonna say that.
Facts.
So look, that was the comment I was gonna make. That's why you said that.
Facts.
I was gonna say
they just haven't made it.
It is a better nigga syndrome.
I'm gonna say that too because as a single man and when you dating, some things I have to ask when I'm dating. I want to know your dating history because it actually does matter. So if you talking to somebody and they study talking about their ex, if they keep bringing them up, if they keep talking about how it was somebody in between them and shit like that, nigga, you a pattern. And you finna fall right in between the slip. So you need to get your ass out of there ASAP. It happens for women, it happens for men, it happens for all that. So if y'all messing with somebody who has a tendency to go back to people, you might realize that you just a bump. You know what I'm saying? And get your ass up out of there.
It's definitely a battered nigga syndrome. Let me tell you, out of my last situation, it took to the point where I was literally by myself. I felt alone, and like, cause we used to break up, get back together, break up, get back together, that type of shit. She like she used to use suicide as a way to make me not, to make me not want to leave.
Emotional abuse.
It used to be times where I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I ain't dealing with this shit. I'm on and she started getting suicidal. Then I started like, I can't leave her in here by herself, and shit like that.
That's manipulation.
Yeah, and then the next thing you know, you starting to realize like it got to the point where we genuinely just can't talk to each other no more, and then I just started feeling like I was like by myself because I'm not from here. All my family's on the fucking East Coast, and then like you dealing with that, and I had to like during the time between her and meeting Marissa, even to leaving her and then me and Marissa actually being in an actual relationship was a lot of me checking my own emotions. So when after that I was like I knew what I wasn't gonna deal with anymore. Like I said, I'm not dealing with XYZ from any female that I date going forward. And then in retrospect, it made me say, because I'm one of those people like I don't ask for nothing that I'm not willing to give a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I realized if I'm going to ask for these things, and say I get the female that gives me everything that checks off all of my boxes. Yeah. What will I offer her? You know what I'm saying? And that's when I met Marissa. And I'm checking off all the boxes as we going through, and it started getting to the point where, all right, shit, she done checked off all these boxes. Shit, what I'm gonna do to offer her?
She outweighing you.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And it started making you start check like when compared to how I interact with Marissa compared to how I interact with anybody else I date. I don't yell at Marissa. Like, I rarely escalate my voice unless she just keep like talking like sometimes.
Yeah, nah, because you don't want to die, nigga.
Right.
But I feel like
Marissa gonna be there.
When you love somebody, they can change your tone.
Yeah, she changed my whole tone of how I interact. Like I'm one of them niggas now. Like I realize, and I think it's also because like when me and her argue, she's not like putting something heavy on me like she finna die or some shit. It's just simply the simple argument. I'm not worried about her leaving. I'm not worried about if she get mad and leave the house.
We're dealing with this situation right now. Right
She just mad that I left to see her. That's all it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't gotta worry about because you mad you gonna go do some dumb shit, start talking to niggas. So it allows me to only have a simple emotion. I'm only agitated, baby. I'm not. It's no hidden anger because sometimes like when you going through a toxic relationship, they can do some shit like leave the seat up. But you also mad about some other shit, and
it's been buried.
Sign the papers.
Last fucking straw.
Sign the papers, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, with her, relationship's healthy. A lot of people say I could tell the difference in between how you are now compared to how you were. Shit, ball fucker. Remember, I was getting cussed out in clubs.
Hey man, I wasn't there.
Yes, he was.
Pamela James ain't seen shit.
I have something to say. Okay, go.
Oh my bad. Yeah, but just check your emotions, man. Make sure you like. But in between breakups, the last thing you need to do when you going through a breakup is to try to replace what you had. You gotta figure. Like my mom always used to say, you gotta learn how to play with yourself. Meaning, like I used to I want to go play with them kids down the street. You don't always need somebody to play
figure
with.
Figure out the inner problem.
That's deep, man. My daddy told me two things. He said, if you ever meet a woman you think she good for you, you better marry her. And he also told me don't ever be with a woman that don't know how to be bored.
Right.
Two things that stuck with me for life, and that's why I'm still single.
Cause Marissa don't know how to be bored, but
I'm still single.
She always
like,
makes
why
shit
she always
fun.
got to be doing something? Daddy told me, you know what I'm saying? I be watching out for everything, but we got to switch channels, man. We got to get to something a little deep before we get out of here. A young man named Jalen Walker was gunned down by the police department, shot him 60 times, and we was gonna get on that topic, and we also gonna combine it with another topic. We just read that. Did we got that? We got that up. We had another a statistic. well, actually an apology issued by, I want to say, the Michigan Police Department, saying that they had to issue an apology because they were using black men as target practice. Basically the pictures of us men, and their target practice. So I think those two topics intertwine. So I just want to ask y'all, with everything going on, also I have to state, I cannot go without saying this, that shout out to Emmett Till and everything that happened and what it taught us in that time.
For it to be coming back full circle, though, they still trying to find her.
It's coming back around, and
sad.
Truth be told,
lock her old ass up.
Yeah, well, they found her guilty of that for lying. But if y'all don't know the story of Emmett Till, young man was killed and murdered, and his mother decided to post his picture publicly with an open casket to show the world exactly what had happened. Back then, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have body cams. That's what we had, and that picture ended up lingering in our history to today. It's on one of these walls in this building right now. But with that being said, the mother of Jalen Walker has decided to have an open casket, so the world can see what they did to her son and what they did to her child. Because me and Black was talking about it before the show, and I want to ask y'all, do y'all feel we becoming numb to this shit? It's happening so much, and nowadays like last week, I didn't even kind of want to talk about it because I was so engulfed in it. I was just like, bro, like it just gets you to a point to where, like, you know what I'm saying, you can't feel, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like you want to do something and you know it's very little you can, and I don't know, man. It causes frustration and emotion in people that don't really usually be emotional. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to ask y'all, do y'all feel like y'all becoming numb to this? I was down the street when Mike Brown got killed out of St. Louis, Missouri. I'm from there. I was 2 blocks away from Ferguson. And when I say them people was out there marching every day, and I remember people losing their lives behind it, and it didn't change a motherfucking thing. And it's so frustrating for me to go back home and still see how they treating everybody. And my point to y'all is I got to get off of it. But yeah, my point to y'all is y'all becoming numb to this shit, man.
Joy, what you got to say about this topic?
Man, I can understand why people, you could say we're getting numb to it because we're getting used to it. The thing is, we can't allow ourselves to be numb to it. Every time, that's one of the things that made me become a Panther, is because it hurt more and more and more I see it. So the thing is, when people see the melanin in your skin, some of us, I don't think people understand how powerful our melanin is. And I'm, in retrospect, like, our melanin shows you without words how strong it is. Like, we able to survive in the sun. We can be in the sun all day. You might get a little darker, but you ain't gonna peel. White people gonna fucking turn into a fucking chicken tender being in the sun.
Sun dodging.
You know what I'm saying? But my point is, these things gonna continue to happen if we don't understand how strong we are. And we have to have some more camaraderie within our own race. And when I say that, it's like on Juneteenth, you could feel the unity of niggas. When you at a Juneteenth event, there ain't no gang banging, ain't no hoods, ain't none of that shit. It's hard to hate on a nigga on Juneteenth. Nigga could really be out there talking to all the bitches at Juneteenth. You ain't even gonna hate that. They be like, that nigga really living a life, nigga. This Juneteenth. But June 20th,
it turns back over.
Let me at
you feel me?
Yeah.
And you gotta understand, every race has race camaraderie at top tier. I don't know, and I could be here all day, but I understand the shit comes from, slavery. They intentionally took an oppressed group of people and then told you that lighter is better,
colorism and shit,
and then darker is worse.
Right.
If I'm outside working, picking cotton all day, and I see her in there drinking lemonade, I don't know from the outside in the outhouse how hard it is to be an inside nigga. And inside niggas was going through it too.
Right.
And just in a different realm.
Just in a different way.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. More.
But you don't know that Kamasa done made it look like
it's more.
It looks
more
better on the inside if you light it. So that makes you like dislike each other. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, we hating on each other, and it's just it's an overlapping effect, because at the root of everything, if we genuinely got along with all each other like we should, and tried, not saying like simple shit ain't gonna happen, but if we have race camaraderie, we could overcome a lot of shit. Cause let me tell you something. We went to a protest in Santee because a white kid stabbed a black girl with his parents.
Oh Jesus!
And when it was just the niggas in Santee that showed up, them crackers was all in their face, that all of this, that. But when we start coming as a unit and they see Panthers with them, now these crackers want to go in the house.
Right.
Because they know if we band together, shit is going to happen. If you back a cat into a corner, what's going to happen?
Right.
They're going to lash out. And you may not be ready for it. To be honest, we got every capability that any other race has, and we might be more superior at it because we accomplish all the things that they have at a higher level with less opportunities. It's some niggas that's out there that's literally our scientists and had hand-me-down biology books going through motherfucking high school and some of the motherfucking top biologists. Man, don't get me started. Man.
I got something to say off of that, right? I think where we lack as black people is the strength that we carry. I mean, the power that we carry. And I think, honestly, with getting numb to it, I mean, no matter if I've lost anyone to gun violence or any type of violence or just natural causes, it got to the point where, personally, myself, I'm going to speak for myself in this instance, it's kind of like I didn't allow myself the proper time to grieve, right? Because it just came. So it came so often and it came regularly. So I was kind of like, all right, well, shit. But then on the back end, it would hit me fucking months, years later. And then, but I've came to a point where I'm like, okay, that's not healthy. What's healthy is literally facing everything. Like, okay, I know this is what's really going on. I know it's happening. So let your body, and I think that comes into play with being in tune with your emotions as well. Just let your body feel. Let your body feel and just let it naturally just pour out what it need to pour out, because your body is going to be the first thing to know when the fuck you going through something. But your mind can also trick your body and vice versa. So
I want to hear what you got to say about this, but I want to say this real quick. I think that sometimes numbness is taken offensively. So, but sometimes it comes from like if you seen the movie Selma, you know what I'm saying? Like they was telling them like, well, let them niggas march. You know what I'm saying? Let them feel like they doing something. You feel me? So we go out there and we do all that and everything like that. And like I said, you got the results happening the same way. It's almost like it's just repeating itself. Again, I feel like we are now like the Khloe Kardashians of this shit. You feel me? Like now we in the cycle and we study getting hurt and we just forget motherfuckers and then like it just goes away again. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm looking at it like that and I'm feeling like on top of all, like I said, the seeing it all the time, getting numb to it all the time, the anger comes, and then you start talking about the problem. We keep talking about the problem. Some people want to start hearing solutions, and I think that's where the frustration comes. It ain't so much being numb, it's so much as just being tired of hearing about the same problem. We know they hate us. We know they scared. We know they trigger happy. What the fuck are we gonna do next, man? And I think that's where the frustration comes in, that people, I don't think it's so much as we get numb to it.
It's apathy, bro.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Apathetic. Yeah.
What was this? Go ahead, boss.
I was gonna say. So there's an interview some years ago where Louis Farrakhan was talking about the
I love him.
impact of like the white psyche as it relates to like black people. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we have been so much so demonized. You feel what I'm saying? We've been made to seem like these irrational, emotional, hyper violent, hyper strong, hyper this, hyper that. We've been so often, especially in the media that comes from this country, for so long, be made to seem like the problem, be made to seem like the monster, so on and so forth.
It's fear.
And it's fear. It's fear of our potential. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk like as a culture, I'm sure y'all have had these conversations. We talk very often about the power of the black dollar.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We talk very often, you know what I'm saying? And Joe, you touched on it a bit, you know, about how powerful we are when we do unify. You know what I'm saying? And like there have been tactics that have been used for centuries, you know what I'm saying, at this point to separate us all the way, go colorism, so on and so forth. That being said, I saw, to touch more on the fear thing, I saw some years ago when I was still in the military a news report, you know, when I was still watching the news. But I saw a news report where they, you know, the big focus of the news report, and it was on Fox for context, was talking about how now in America, white people are the minority, right?
That's that race theory shit.
And from there, for the average, excuse me, for the average viewer, it's like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Things are, you know, for people who don't really look at the numbers, you just hear the statement, oh, well, there are more of us than them, and this, that, and the third. It's like, yeah, there are more minorities in this country. Yes, there are not more blacks than whites. There are not more Mexicans than whites. There are not more Asians than whites, so on and so forth. And it's like, yeah, white people are the minority in this country. But if we're looking at the whole pie chart, they take up a big, you know what I'm saying, like 45% compared to 55%, but that 55% is broken up against 5 different demographics.
When we was kids, it was 71.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what they scared of.
And it's like, who did it to you? We didn't do it. We've been sitting here fucking scraping and scratching and trying to make it by any fucking means, however we can. You feel me? We don't have a lot of this, and like they hate hearing, they hate when you say words like privilege to them and shit like that. But at a point, you got to acknowledge that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like y'all have been using this structure, this establishment that you created to keep us in this place. And I think now more so with everything that's been going on and with the wide range that social media has, the world is finally seeing what's really happening to us, and I can appreciate the times now for that. As far as the solution, emotionally, there is one solution. You know what I'm saying?
Hold the niggas accountable.
There is one solution, and there is one solution only.
What is the solution?
The solution is the damn revolution that we've been talking about for decades. The solution is the rebellion. The solution is us actually going out there and getting that motherfucking lick back. Damn, putting in the work. Yes, we've been putting in the work. People like Joey the Panthers have been putting in the work for generations now. You know what I'm saying? It's more than putting in the work. What we need now, I feel, is emotional validation as a culture.
Yeah.
We need that emotional validation as a culture.
Plan. We need a financial structure. We need a motherfucking plan.
We had that.
We had it and they bombed it, and that's what I said.
Why didn't we go back?
Hey, you got to do it again.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to do it again.
But black people scared like that. If you got chased by a dog on 33rd Street, you never went down 33rd Street again.
And that goes back to
you got a car.
Bella, I want you to get you in. Go ahead.
But that goes back to, he said, because black people scared of that. That goes back to what I said earlier in the show. How could you expect anything great to come from a comfortable place? You have to be uncomfortable. So it's uncomfortable for us, some black people, some black people not. It's uncomfortable for them to get out there and do that. Why? Why is it uncomfortable? Do you know what can come from that? Make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because God damn it.
It's just like you said, when you come up, you got to relearn a lot of shit, man.
Yeah.
Just we was talking about religion earlier. Bella, what did you want to say about being numb?
Just to wrap the topic up, honestly, I feel like when it comes to the black community, I don't know who said it, but as far as knowing your strength, we don't know our strength, and because we don't know our strength, our conscience becomes seared when we continue to see the same thing happen over and over and over and over again. And a lot of people because they do lack the empathy to say, oh, just because this is not my brother or my cousin or my sister or my auntie or my whoever, they get mad because it's another black person. You see another black face, I'm mad, and then you switch the channel.
Right.
What that nigga doing on that now?
Because my thing
and not even just that. Wait a minute. But I feel like what needs to happen now,
keep the same energy.
Us as a community, we have to not just get mad when it's your mama.
Right, get mad when it's
you can't just get mad when it's your cousin. It's time to rally the troops. Actually stay together. Not, oh, we made a plan in Mississippi and oh yeah, okay, them niggas black, and then we want to be with them. Okay, so let's do it, and then you let it go. People don't run with it because you stop caring after a while. So ultimately, at the end of the day, I feel like that empathy that is necessary in our community, especially in the black community, because I feel like the black community, we lack empathy for each other because it's a dog eat dog. We're not gonna get into why it's like that,
right?
But it's dog eat dog. It's crabs in the barrel. I don't really want you to, and because of that, it overrides a lot of other stuff. But we have to come together.
I will say this, man. On the way out, when I was a child, I never witnessed nothing like Juneteenth, bro. And I'm not trying to be funny when I say that. So don't let the world tell you that we're not progressing, because we are. We just got to keep on moving 1 inch at a time, 1 yard at a time, man. However we got to get there, we got to get there. And we're going to have to bite something just like our ancestors had to bite it too. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to struggle a little bit more for our motherfucking kids to have a better life, just like they had to do it. So when it come down to it, man, that pain ain't going nowhere. We all know what it is. Robert, what's up? You want to say goodbye?
Man, yeah.
Where can the people find you, G?
Well, you said what?
No, go ahead.
No, just
no, go ahead.
Just
no,
to wrap it up.
Wrap it up,
I had a quick. We can just run around with it as a quick topic. We talked about something a couple weeks ago, and this is completely off the grid.
Oh shit.
We was talking about, do you make love to everybody that you encounter? And it made me think about, have y'all never had a specific person that y'all just have a sexual experience with? Like not a relationship, but like a cuddy buddy.
This is how the end go, girl.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it just made me think about that. A lot of people think about like it has to be a relationship with somebody that you make love with, but some people have a particular person that they like have a sex that they indulge in sexual experiences with.
I know where he going.
You know what I'm saying? And it just made me. I had thought about that, and I wasn't on last week. I was gonna bring it back up, but yeah, it just made me think about that. Like, it don't have to be a relationship, but some people have a person that they connect with in that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just kind of.
Joey, shut the
please. Yeah. All right, Vaughn, how you feel? Nah, Vaughn, how you feel?
I'm feeling great.
Nah, how you feel about what he said?
No, so I mean, I get what he's saying. Like Bella's saying, people don't want to take no action for real until it's like somebody they have a relationship with, that they're a relative to, and then now it's like they screaming the same thing that the folk was just screaming 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. That's what I took from it. Like,
I feel like I feel like I know what he's talking about as far as like sometimes you have sexual chemistry with somebody you don't have romantic chemistry with. You know what I'm saying? So like somebody can just be your go-to person. You know what I'm saying? Like when I need it and I need it for real, she know how to do this. She know how to do that. And I'm just
maybe
I know what he's talking about. Like I'm talking. I know.
Did I get too deep?
And
I went shea moisture.
It's okay. You know you'll say but a baby, but I'm just saying like I feel like I know what you're talking about as far as like sometimes you get that relationship. I heard somebody say sneaky link. You know what I'm saying? It's the person basically. It's the person that you won't take no word. Y'all don't really go do nothing. Y'all watching movies or something. Y'all might even vibe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You might actually like her, but you don't like her to meet your family.
That's that energy I was talking about last week.
Yeah, some people just make you feel at home, and you want to feel at home sometimes. You know what I'm saying? She might not be ugly. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a bean. She might not be ugly. She might not just be your type. You know what I'm saying?
Which is ugly.
So you pretty and you a freak, then you can go.
Pretty come in all shapes, colors, sizes, and everything, but ugly is
like ugly to you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I don't like ugly.
All right,
you ever? I don't know if we ask that question. Can I ask that question?
We gonna ask this or that? No.
Ask what?
I'm asking him the same question. I don't know if I'm supposed to ask him that question. It's time to wrap it.
Those who seek God in the 11th hour typically die at 10:30. I'm gonna say it again. Those who seek God in the 11th hour typically die at 10:30.
Man.
Red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish.
What's going over your head, brother?
I felt the fuck out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you busting grapes too late. You know what I'm saying? You should have been made the wine. You feel me? Now here you are scratching. You know what I'm saying? And
you see God in the first hour. Don't wait till 30 minutes before.
Fucking minute.
Amen.
This nigga been talking about eating booty for an hour and a half. He been talking about eating booty for 2 hours. Now he want to see God.
I bet I go to heaven.
Vaughn, get us up. How you feel about today?
I feel great. A lot of great things covered. I'm looking forward to next week.
You got your feelings today?
Did I get in my feelings? No.
Not really.
I didn't.
Turn purple.
Bitch, I'm dead. I didn't get in my feelings. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Yeah. I see you sniffling a little bit. Big dog, man. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. What's your name? Where you from? Tell the people where they can find you, man.
What's going on? Mel Gim from San Francisco, California. You can find me on Instagram at big_Freezey34. And on YouTube at organic, ORGANIQ, ginger ale, all one word.
Ooh.
Okay. You made ginger ale?
Shea butter.
The nigga made ginger ale. You know, ginger ale for black people is medicine. That's ibuprofen.
You need that.
Maybe y'all need to carbonate and do a.
Go in there and get you some ginger ale.
Show this,
If your stomach hurt, what's the first thing you drinking?
Rub some of that Robitussin on it. Bella, what's happening, man?
What's good?
How you feel about today?
Great show. Great topics. Great transition. Great opinions.
Great opinion.
They're appreciated.
I'm glad to have y'all, man. Just like that, we up out of here, man. Again, we got to say his name, man. R.I.P. to Jalen Walker.
And you hoes find out who your daddy is.
Jesus Christ. We out, man.
And your cousins. And your cousins.
Look, and don't check me. You better check the weather report, baby.
Nah,